Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside Hermantown High School for today's Section 7 AA Championship game. I am Ethan Game Day Gilman, and I am back at Hermantown High School for this Section 7 AA Championship game between Esko and your Rush City Tigers. The Tigers and Esko going at it here, the top two seeds left in the section, and boy, oh boy, are we in for a heck of a matchup here this afternoon. It's going to be a fun one. It's going to be a battle, and I am so excited to be back up here. I'll take this drive for as many times as I have to, as long as our local teams are playing. It don't matter to me. I will be back up here every single day if I have to be. Just as long as our local teams are playing, it don't matter to me. But the winner of this one will be Queens of Section 7 AA and be headed to the state tournament. Now, the state tournament for volleyball begins next week, and the schedule for the state tournament looks like this. Class 2A would not play until next Thursday. They would play at 1 or 3 p.m. So the winner of this game will play next Thursday at the XL Energy Center at either 1 or 3 p.m. Now, I know it's called the Grand Casino Arena. I'm never going to call it that. It's always going to be the XL for me. But as we take a look at this game, it is going to be a fun one. But before we get deeper into talking about this game, we're going to take care of some business. We're going to go and hear a word from our fine sponsors. And when we come back, we will have more on both of these teams, Esko and Rush City, after a word from said sponsors here on Anthem Country WCMP.
The Classic Edge HDX from Central Boiler is the outdoor wood furnace for you.
This furnace can heat anything, your house, shop, greenhouse, even a pool, all with one Classic Edge HDX.
The Firestar combustion control takes all the worry and guesswork out of wood heating.
It automatically controls combustion for highest efficiency with any kind of firewood, and you can remotely monitor the furnace from anywhere.
Northland Boiler Sales, your local Central Boiler sales dealer. Visit northlandboilersales.com.
Here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch in North Branch, the area's premier indoor batting cages and training facility. Coaches, when you need space that's air conditioned or heating with enough room to get in some team training, book Here's the Pitch. Fixing swings, catchers using the state-of-the-art machines, breaking in bats, whatever the team needs to dominate next season. Let Here's the Pitch elevate their game. Here's the Pitch in the North Branch Outlet Mall.
CF Moto gives you everything you're looking for in off-road side-by-sides and utility by-sides. Not only does CF Moto offer comfort, but refined performance, and is found at Caswell Cycle and Mora. For those craving big adventures for off-road, CF Moto can help you get out on that next adventure with CF Moto Power Sports. Experience more together. The best place to purchase CF Moto off-road side-by-sides is Caswell Cycle. The fun starts here. Caswell Cycle, Mora. Motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides can be dangerous to operate. Review all product manuals, labels, and safety information before operating. Always wear your safety gear and never operate a CF Moto vehicle under the influence of alcohol or drugs. Visit cfmotousa.com for complete training and safety guidelines.
Kettle River Pizza, the handcrafted pizza made locally in Ash Cove, Minnesota. Always the highest quality ingredients. Pizza that is consistently great tasting. A true crowd pleaser. 16 varieties to choose from. Enjoy the classics like pepperoni, pepperoni sausage and supreme, to the unique tastes of hot Hawaiian, taco, buffalo chicken, and chicken Alfredo. Pick some up at your local grocer, tavern, or convenience store. Handcrafted Kettle River Pizza. Moms and basketball players approved.
Arrowhead Transit, your community, your ride. Arrowhead Transit is proud to support this station and bring you reliable public transportation in your community. Whether you need to get to work, school, or the doctor's office, our friendly drivers and comfortable buses are here to serve you. We're committed to connecting communities and making transportation accessible for everyone. Arrowhead Transit is your community partner in getting around. Arrowhead Transit is a supporting sponsor of the station and is dedicated to supporting our local communities.
Back here on WCMP Anthem Country 106.5 FM AM 1350. Ethan Game Day going out here at the Section 7 AA Championship game here in the Here's the Pitch pregame show. Here's the Pitch in North Branch is the area's premier indoor training facility. Whether you want fast pitch, slow pitch, or baseball batting cages, they've got them all. You can tune up your swing at Here's the Pitch in North Branch. Taking a look at these two teams coming into this afternoon. Well, Esko finished as the number one seed in Section 7 AA, but about 3/4 of the way through this season, this section gets split up into two subsections, Subsection 1 and Subsection 2. Rush and Esko are both in subsection 1. So technically it is the number 1 and 2 seeds from this section. Very, very similar seasons for these two teams. Esko finished 23-4. Or, well, I mean, take that with a grain of salt because Esko has since played, two playoff games. So not 23-4, 21-4 is what they finished on the regular season. And Rush City finished 23-4, 24-4? Let's see. 1, 2, 3? Yeah. So Rush City finished 23-4. So very similar there. Since coming into the section tournament, Rush City at the end of the regular season had won 64 sets and only lost 13. Meanwhile, Esko had won 58 sets and lost 18. So very similar on the regular season and how they finished, and both in the top 10 in the rankings of the state of Class 2A. There are not too many better in the state, but these two going at it here tonight. Esko, again, currently, including the playoffs, 23-4, 9-0 in the section, which would be also 7-0 at the end of the regular season. We'll take a look at how Esko has fared this season. Again, 23-4, so a really, really good year. But taking a look, it was 2-1 rather to begin the regular season in August. It was a win over Glencoe Silver Lake. Then they lost to Hermantown, but beat Carleton Renshaw. They went into a Rochester National Volleyball Center tournament where they went 4-0, beating Austin, Mankato East, Blooming Prairie, and Rochester Century before coming out and getting a game at home and down the road, beating Rockridge and Two Harbors. Then they went to a North Branch tournament, and that's kind of where they lost one more. Well, it was still a good tournament, but they went 3-1, falling to Princeton, but beating Proctor, Cambridge Isani, and Rochester John Marshall. Then they came out of that tournament and won, 6 in a row, beating Bemidji, Moose Lake, Cloquet, Barnum, Proctor, and Floodwood. Floodwood, a very good team in their own right as well. In fact, Floodwood was one of the top teams in Class Single A volleyball going into the end of the season, and they are in their section championship game today as well, which will take place at 4. That, again, is Floodwood taking on Northwoods in their section championship. But going back to Esko, then they went into a Esko tournament, which they hosted, and they had a pretty darn good day, going 3-1, beating Pine City, War Road, and Crosby Ironton, but falling to Duluth East 2-1. Then to end the regular season, it was a 1-1 finish, falling to Duluth East, but then beating Greenway. Then they since come into this section tournament, beating Moose Lake, Willow River, and Greenway 3-0. Although that game against Greenway, I was here for about the last set and a half of that game, and let me tell you what, that game probably should have been won by Greenway. Greenway was up in the, it would have been the second set, 22-20, and really just had all and every single ounce of momentum in their favor for that game. And unfortunately, Esko was able to come back and get the win. And then in the third, it was all Greenway, and it should not have even been close, if we're being honest. It should have been Greenway kind of just bowling over Esko in that third set. But Esko fought back. They fought hard. They just continued to stick with their type of volleyball. They came back and won that third set by a very small margin and were able to get out of there with a 3-0 victory. So it's neither of these teams here this evening or afternoon, however you'd like to call it, are invincible. And I know, especially at this part of the season, we'd like for that to be so. We'd like for that to be the case for our local teams like Rush City. But unfortunately, just not the case for either of these squads. They are not invincible. They are, vulnerable in some spots. But it's about who can be less vulnerable and who can come out and play close to, or as close to, mistake-free volleyball as they can. That will be the big key here tonight, in my opinion. Now, I haven't been able to see Esko play this year, so this will be new for me as well, but I feel like I get a pretty good read on who a team is in the first set. It doesn't. I feel like, anyways. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but I feel like I get a pretty good read of how a team is and what they like to do pretty early on in a match. So we'll see if I can't do that here this evening as Esko and Rush City are set to go at it in the section championship game. Now, again, both these teams, very, very good seasons, and it all comes down to this. The winner takes their team to the state tournament next Thursday. Well, we've talked about Esko, and now we're going to talk about the Rush City Tigers, but first we're going to get a word from our fine sponsors, and when we come back, we'll talk about the Tigers on WCMP.
How do you want to be celebrated? A church service? A celebration of life in a chapel? Maybe even cremation with an outdoor gathering. Many of these can be taken care of ahead of time and can be affordable. Metvin Funeral and Cremation Services has the resources and expertise to help you plan ahead. Learn how you can make the decision now that will make things easier for your family in the future. Metvin Funeral Home in Mora, Isle, and Sandstone, or find them online at metvinfuneralhome.com.
Hi, I'm Samantha.
I'm Ebony.
I'm Megan.
And I'm Alicia.
Together, we're dapper and divine. Whether you're looking for bold color,
fresh cuts, or laid-back vibes,
we're all about hair that feels like you.
At Dapper and Divine, we want you to leave our salon feeling confident,
fun, and effortlessly gorgeous.
There's always room for you at Dapper and Divine. How would you like to get a brow wax for free? Mention this ad with Annie Coloring, free brow wax all month. Dapper and Divine, on the corner of Main Street, Pine City, across from the Bottle Shop.
Arrow Building Center in Siren is your leading name throughout the Midwest with trusted brands for your building supplies and services. Arrow Building Center has been providing contractors, homeowners, and do-it-yourselfers with quality products and expert service for all projects, big and small, for many decades. No matter the size of your next project, Arrow Building Center is at your service. And don't forget, free, yes, free delivery, always. Stop on by Arrow Building Center in Siren, conveniently located off Highway 70, or visit them online at abc-clc.com.
Back here on WCMP. Before the break, we had talked about the Eskimos, and now coming in and out of the break, we will go ahead and talk about the Rush City Tigers and how they have fared here this season. Taking a look at the Rush City Tigers, I mentioned it before, but it's worth talking about again. The Tigers and Esko finished with very similar records on the regular season, but up to this point and including playoffs, Rush City is now 26-4 on the year, 8-1 in section play. Their lone loss was to Crosby Ironton, who they beat pretty handedly just a couple days ago, 3-0. But they have won up to this point in the playoffs 73 sets and have only lost 13. Have the Rush City Tigers. Go ahead and take a look at how they have done here this season on minnesotascores.net. And if we take a look at how they did, they were 10-1 in conference play. They lost their section conference crown for the first time in, golly, probably a handful or over a handful of years to Crosby Ironton, who finished undefeated, Rush City at 10-1, so a little bit different for them, and they got some revenge there. But it started off real well. I mean, they didn't get a loss until the middle of September. It was wins all the way up to a Midwest Volleyball Warehouse tournament down in Burnsville, where it didn't go so well for them. They went 2-1, beating Concordia Academy and Wadena Deer Creek, but falling to East Grand Forks, Albany, and Providence Academy. Then they came out of that and lost to Crosby Ironton. That's the one team that I mentioned that they lost to in conference play. But then after that loss to Crosby Ironton, they went on a absolute tear, winning, 9 straight. And they did not lose a set to the final regular season game. After losing to Crosby Ironton, they didn't lose a set. That included wins over East Central Pine City. Then they went to a Mora tournament, went undefeated, didn't lose a set. They beat Ogilvie and Bram and didn't lose a set until they went on the road to Onamia and played Mille Lacs. That's when they lost their first set since Crosby. And since then, they still have yet to lose a set. They have gone 3-0, 3-0, 3-0 against Hinckley, Mora, and Crosby Ironton now in the section playoffs. Now, does that mean tonight's game is going to be the same and they're going to beat Esko 3-0? Absolutely not. That is not the case. And in fact, if you're Rush City, you have to come out and play very much like you did on, Thursday against, Wednesday. I apologize. It would have been on Wednesday against Crosby Ironton. You will have to play very much like that again, where it was, although, yes, they did have a couple of mistakes, and no game is going to be mistake-free. I want to get that out of the way early. No game is going to be mistake-free. But you have to play as close to mistake-free as possible. Now, you don't have to play perfect by any means, but at this point in the playoffs, you're going to have to play as close to perfect as you can because, again, there is so much on the line, and every little mistake in this game is just that much more magnified going into the championship game. And each set is, I mean, Esko has not lost a set either in the playoffs. So, I mean, there is a lot on the line here. Not just, pride and set wins and losses. A trip to state is on the line. If you win, you go. If you don't, your season's over. So Rush City trying to get back to the state tournament, but they got to understand, Esko is trying to be that team in the way. Esko is trying to be that team that beats Rush City, but Rush City, again, they've got a lot of pride from going to the state tournament now, 3 years in a row? They want to get back there, but it's going to be twice as tough against this really good Esko team. So they have got to put everything out on the line here this evening. I mean, they're going to have to play 100 and 110% here this afternoon if they want to beat Esko and get themselves back to the state tournament. It is going to be a tough matchup. I am excited to see how this one plays out and how Rush City comes out and plays here this evening. Again, it all comes down to this, and Rush City and Esko just about ready for first serve here in the Section 7 2A championship game. That's going to do it for our Here's the Pitch pregame show. Here's the Pitch in North Branch. You can use their state-of-the-art pitching machines or bring your own pitcher to perfect next season's swing. Here's the Pitch in the Tanger Outlet Mall. Well, we're going to take a commercial break. After we come back out of the commercial break, we will have first serve here on WCMP.
Are you tired of spending your weekends on yard work? Central Outdoor Services in Pine City is your complete solution for all things outdoors. From perfectly manicured lawns to stunning landscaping and patio installations, we've got you covered. Need a boulder wall, some light dirt work, a fire pit, or even reliable snow removal in the winter? We do that too. Central Outdoor Services is here to give you back your free time so you can enjoy your yard instead of working on it. Visit centraloutdoormn.com to learn more or give us a call today.
Your journey to smile with your forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics. A smile you will embrace forever.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer, that signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on-site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
Hey, Mark, I spent about $3,500 on heating this last winter.
Whoa, sounds like you need to switch to a central boiler outdoor wood furnace like I did.
A wood furnace? That sounds like a lot of work.
No, not really. I have my wood delivered, and with a large firebox and a central boiler outdoor furnace, I usually just fill it once a day.
Whoa, that sounds great.
I heat my domestic water, garage, and I'm saving a ton of money every year.
Well, where do I get one?
Northland Boiler Sales is your local central boiler sales dealer. Visit northlandboilersales.com.
Here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch in North Branch, the area's premier indoor batting cages and training facility. State-of-the-art pitching machines for softball and baseball. Rent cages with machines or bring your own pitcher. Here's the Pitch also offers instruction from experienced players. And Here's the Pitch has enough room for coaches to bring the whole team for training. Here's the Pitch in the North Branch Outlet Mall.
Kettle River Pizza is a proud supporter of sports teams and community organizations. Local groups and teams across the state have had amazing success with Kettle River Pizza fundraising. From sausage and pepperoni to chicken Alfredo or the hot Hawaiian, the cheesy deliciousness practically sells itself. Visit Kettle River Pizza Fundraising on Facebook to schedule your next fundraiser. It's so easy to get started. Got a pizza craving now? Pick up a Kettle River Pizza at your local grocery store or convenience store today. That's great tasting pizza.
All right, guys, when you get into the end zone, I want a big celebration. Maybe the Gritty,
Nah, the Dirty Bird.
Ready, break.
There are plenty of different celebrations after a touchdown. When it comes to yours or your loved one's end-of-life celebration, there are also choices. Find guidance from the professionals at Methvin Funeral Homes, church services, celebration of life services at one of their chapels, or even cremation. Methvin has the resources to facilitate everything from start to finish. Methvin Funeral Services in Mora, Sandstone, and Isle, or find them online at methvinfuneralhome.com.
Back here on WCMP as we are just about set for first serve. First, we'll get your starting lineups. We'll start with Esko. It will be number 4, Marin Bailey. Number 6, Kennedy DeBont. Number 7, Clara Swanson. Number 12, Maya Johnson. Number 13, Maya Bloss. And number 15, Aubrey Micken. Their libero will be number 3, Paige Hansen. On the other side, for your Rush City Tigers, it will be number 3, Abby Thielander. Number 4, Paige Wiener. Number 7, Clara Neeson. Number 8, Kendra Heinz. Number 9, Ellie Thielander. And number 17, Addison Antonsen. And the libero today will be Riley Zeltinger wearing number 33. Those are your starters here for both of these squads. Of course, sadly for Rush City, they have their setter out in Natalie Rude. She is out, sadly. Some sort of leg injury. Again, we're not going to speculate, so that is all I'm going to say on that, but sadly she is out. How these teams will look here tonight, the Esko Eskimos will wear the black jerseys with the yellow numbers outlined in blue, the blue stripes on the sleeve and on the side of the jersey with the blue shorts. Their libero will wear blue shorts as well, but the white jersey with blue numbers outlined in yellow and the blue stripe on the bicep of the sleeve and on the side of the jersey as well. The Tigers wearing their blue jerseys, the yellow half sleeve, the yellow letters and numbers with the black shorts. Their libero will wear the white jersey, the blue half sleeves, the blue letters and numbers. And here we go. We are set for first serve here at Hermantown for this Section 7 AA championship game. Of course, they are going to make sure everyone is out there that should be. The liberos will then sub in. Zeltinger will come in. She'll come in for Heinz. Addison Antonsen, Abby Thielander, and Paige Wiener will be at the front of the line. Zeltinger, along with Ellie Thielander and Neeson on the back line for your Tigers. Hansen will sub in for Esko, their libero. She comes in for Aubrey Micken, and she'll go more towards the back, and they will serve first. So Esko will serve. Maya Johnson readies. I don't know if you're about as anxious as I am, but oh my goodness. I may be more nervous than the girls are out on the court. So Maya Johnson with the serve, and we are underway here in the Section 7-3-2A championship game. It's going to wind up getting down for a point for Esko as Neeson just couldn't get to that dig in time. Well, she did, but it sent it in the wrong direction. Antonsen got there, but again, just couldn't do much with it. So again, Maya Johnson back to serve for Esko. Here's the serve towards the back line. Neeson is there. Ellie Thielander and Abby Thielander will get it over and down, and there's Abby Thielander getting the Tigers back on the board right away. Sub here as Shania Anderson will sub in for Antonsen, and Anderson will go back to serve. Here's the Anderson serve. It is over, dug up there by Hansen. On that far side, they'll look for the kill. Off a block, there's Zeltinger with the dig. Anderson sets to Abby Thielander. It's dug up by Hansen on that near side. They set it back to the near side, and Anderson can't quite get it. It goes backwards off her dig, rolls off the fingertips backwards. And back to serves Clara Swanson. And here's the serve. Right to the middle, Ellie Thielander. Anderson sets. Abby Thielander. Just out on that far side, or near sideline, excuse me. So Abby Thielander can't quite find the line and hits it just a little bit long. And now the serve again. That's long, and Rush City gets a point back, 3-2 on the long serve, and it's going to be Abby Thielander's turn to serve now. Abby Thielander serves right to the back line to the libero Hansen on this near side. That hit the antenna. That's Rush City's point. So on the hit, Esko hit the antenna, and that is the Tigers' point. We're tied back up at 3 apiece. Thielander, the serve. To the back line, nearly an ace, but good job just getting the dig, and they'll bump it over. Dug up here by Wiener. They'll set on this near side. Neeson, that is in, and Clara Neeson with a kill. Clara Neeson with the kill, and the Tigers now take the lead 4-3. Still feels pretty fresh out there. Doesn't feel like either team has really settled in quite yet. It just seems kind of like almost a feeling out process. Meanwhile, Hansen's dig is just over, and that is pushed out of bounds by Esko, and now 5-3 Tigers. But again, as I was saying, it just kind of feels like these two teams still kind of feeling it out, still kind of settling in, not real, there's really no side that has kind of made that big hit that you go, oh boy, that's gonna shift things. It's just both teams playing pretty solid, actually. Meanwhile, the bump over, and now Paige Wiener through a block. It's kept alive by Esko. Won't get to tap it over. They tried to tap it over, but it kind of just spun on the fingertips there of Maya Blas, and she went to just tap it over the blockers. It would have been a good hit, but I don't know what happened, if she just wasn't strong enough with her fingertips or if the ball was just spinning in a way where it spun off, but it works out for the Tigers. The serve here by Abby Thielander is dug up and bumped back over. Now to the back line, Zeltinger set Anderson, and Ellie Thielander is there, who bumps it across, but is dug up by Esko. They tap it over. Zeltinger on the back line. Anderson will set for Ellie Thielander. Now dug up again by Hansen for Esko. They'll line it up on this near side. Off a block. Anderson there. Paige Wiener for Ellie Thielander. Off her back foot and still gets it down. Ellie Thielander. Ellie Thielander kind of off her back foot there, did not get a clean hit on it, but she still powers it through to make it 7-3. Nice job by Ellie Thielander. Again, not great set, but hey, doesn't matter if it gets through. Good dig here by Esko, and they'll finally get their first real kill as Zeltinger misses, and it fell right in between her and Abby Thielander. Maybe a tad of bit of miscommunication between the two, because I think Zeltinger definitely could have gotten there, but Abby Thielander also was there, and I think she was waiting for Zeltinger to kind of get it. It'd be interesting to see who was actually supposed to get that one. Meanwhile, now a serve from Esko. Abby Thielander there. Shania Anderson sets, and Paige Wiener off the net, and it is still dug up by Esko on this near side. They'll hit, and it's to the back line, Zeltinger. Anderson sets, and Neeson has to run up on it. It is just getting over, and they will dig, and now from about 10 feet, they'll hit it over. Abby Thielander with the dig to Anderson. Abby Thielander from about 6 feet. Blocked, but dug up nicely by Ellie Thielander. Ellie Thielander back across the net. It's not down yet, and it is, oh my goodness, pushed over by Esko, but we're going to get a... not quite sure. We got a violation, though, on Esko. Well, didn't quite see what the violation was, but it is a violation, I guess. Meanwhile, Zeltinger out, or excuse me, Wiener out as Hines checks into the game, and they'll get it into a block, and Hines just could not keep that one alive off the block. Tried to kind of almost get a double hit on it after the block, and Neeson was there as well. She could not handle it either. A kill that time for Aubrey Micken, and now serving is Kennedy DeBont. Dug up on the back line by Abby Thielander. Anderson sets it forward, and Neeson hits it over, but it's dug up on the back line on this near side. They'll get it off a block. Zeltinger on the dives. Anderson there to set it for Ellie Thielander. Ellie Thielander with the kill. Miscommunication on the back line there by Esko, and Ellie Thielander takes advantage. Addie Antonsen will check into the game for Shania Anderson. Back to serve is Clara Neeson. Kind of start to see both teams starting to settle into this one, but still just a little bit of a feeling out process right now, and both teams haven't quite, I think, knocked off the rust, so to speak. Clara Neeson with the serve. It's over, dug up towards the back line. Clean dig, and now they'll look for the kill, but it's dug up by Neeson. Antonsen there pushes it to Ellie Thielander. Hit over and dug up push towards that far side. Now back to this near side. Block dug up by Neeson. Oh, nobody there. Oh, bad miscommunication. I think it was supposed to be Ellie Thielander trying to get that one. At least that's what it looked like for Abby Thielander. But Heinz a late dig on, or a late dig attempt, I should say, on that one. And miscommunication there, and it's got to be a little bit frustrating for Coach Thielander. That should have been a clean hit over, but just a little bit of miscommunication. Meanwhile, Abby Thielander looking to come back with one. It was 4 hits. So it will be 9-7. Serving now is Marin Bailey. Serve is out. Good job by Zeltinger. Almost lined up just behind. She lined up inbounds, but when that serve was just hit, she backed up right to the out-of-bounds line and watched that one go. Very smart play by her. Ellie Thielander will now serve, and this one is over. Dug up by the libero, and I think we're going to get a violation on Rush City. No. We got a violation on Esko, which is going to make it 11. I thought maybe it was Rush who got into the net, but with the bodies right around the net, it was tough to see, but it was on Esko, so it's 11-7. And Ellie Thielander with another serve. This one comes up short, but a diving dig to keep it alive. Push back over by Esko. Neeson is there. Antonsen to set for Abby Thielander on the far side. Through a block. No, stays on their side. Heinz will get the dig. And Neeson from midway back, but too much on that one. That's such a tough hit from where she's at. She's coming from, about 8 to 10 feet back from the net. So you got to try and get that one over the net, over the block, and try and keep it in play while also getting enough on it. That's just a tough play there for anybody. Meanwhile, this serve is over now from Esko, dug up by Ellie Thielander. Antonsen will set for Abby Thielander, and that nearly down, but it's a dig there for Bailey. Back over, Abby Thielander with the dig. Neeson sets. Abby Thielander looking to get some advantage, and she does it on purpose. Now, I said on Wednesday, I wasn't sure if she was doing it on purpose. She does. She's got a nasty spin on that ball. It kind of like if you're playing pool, you get that opposite spin that kind of goes around one ball and then hits that ball. I mean, that's the way that one works. That was so impressive and a kill there for Abby Thielander. I don't know how she hits that ball to get that spin on it, but that was impressive. Heinz with the serve. It's set up here for Esko. And that was holy moly. We got a really quick whistle there on that one. It definitely wasn't because of the kill. It was for a violation here on Rush City. Yeah, that whistle came as that ball just crossed the net. I was going to say that's definitely not on the kill, so it's going to wind up being a violation on Rush City. Meanwhile, the serve now for Esko is out, and it's 13-9 on the Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics has 3 locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge. Shania Anderson will check in for Addison Antonsen, and Anderson will go back to serve. Anderson readies, and here's the serve. Hansen has had a lot of digs so far in this first set. Esko trailing behind, and, Anderson just didn't get a good read on that one. And wait a minute. We have got that is a violation on Esko that is going to switch it and be the Tigers' point. I think maybe one of the Esko players got into the net. Meanwhile, this serve is over and dug up again, that time Hansen. Now on the far side, they tap it over, but there is Ellie Thielander. Really good play by her. Abby Thielander looks for the kill. It's down for Abby Thielander. 15-9. And a timeout called here by Esko. So while they take a timeout, we will as well back in 30 seconds here on WCMP.
Stop relying on unstable energy prices and switch to self-sufficiency with the Classic Edge HDX outdoor wood furnace from Central Boiler. Heat your home, outbuildings, and provide endless hot water, all while utilizing your backyard source for renewable energy. The Classic Edge uses up to 60% less wood, which means less waste and less work. Be more comfortable for less money with the Classic Edge HDX.
Northland Boiler Sales. Visit northlandboilersales.com.
Back here on WCMP, Anthem Country 106.5 FM, AM 1350. Tigers currently lead on the Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard 15-9. But Esko called the timeout. And we'll see the adjustments made by both squads here in the timeout. Yeah, still kind of more or less feeling this game out, both teams are, and neither side has really settled into this one yet. and I say that because of the mistakes that are happening. With these two teams, with their records and where they're at right now, you're not going to see that a whole lot during the regular season. That's why they've gotten themselves here. But, miss hit there by Shania Anderson on the serve. But, as I was saying, you're just not going to see those type of mistakes in a game like this. But, unfortunately, because I think they're still feeling each other out, I think that is why we've seen some of the mistakes. 15-10 now is the score. The serve just does get over, but it is out on this near side? Yes, it is. So the serve just gets out. Anderson was backing up, trying to get herself out of the way and just did in time. Meanwhile, now it will be the Abby Thielander serve. Right to the back line and dug up by, that was Swanson, and nearly through the block. Anderson! Unfortunately, her dig pushes it right to the floor to make it 16-11. Just couldn't quite get her hands ready in time as that one came in pretty hot. Serving for Esko. Is that Emma Adkins? I'd like to say so. I believe that's an 8. It is. So Emma Adkins with the serve for Esko. It's dug up by Abby Thielander on the back line. Anderson sets, and Wiener will have to push it back over. Late dig there for Esko, but they still managed to get it. And dug up by Zeltinger on the back line, but Anderson on the redirect from Zeltinger couldn't quite get underneath it, and it's a point back for Esko, 16-12. That might be 9. No, it's 8. They don't have a 9. Because 7, 8, 9. Oh, that was stupid. Meanwhile, the serve is over. Zeltinger there, and then Neeson sets. Ellie Thielander looking for the kill. Almost got it, but a diving dig by Esko. Off the block. Kept alive. Great job by Ellie Thielander. Oh, and then Abby Thielander sends it back over, but long. I think Abby Thielander just almost got caught off guard. I think maybe thought that one was getting down, but just off guard. I mean, just a smidge on that play, and had to rush her hit a little bit. So the Adkins serve again. This time Thielander with the dig. That's Abby Thielander. Anderson resets. Abby Thielander hits it back over. Dug up by Esko. They'll tap it over at the block. Ellie Thielander pushed by Neeson. Oh, and then Ellie Thielander hits it into the net. Abby Thielander, one of those leaders out there. There are no seniors, but she's a junior, and she is definitely one of those leaders, along with Natalie Rude. But Abby Thielander, kind of the voice of that huddle, and we see it there, just trying to corral the troops, so to speak. 16-14 serve is over, dug up by Abby Thielander. Anderson will set. This time, Ellie Thielander will look to push it over, but again, dug up by Esko. On this near side, look for the kill. Blocked at the net, and it's out! Paige Wiener with the block. That's a good-looking block there by Paige Wiener. That's not easy to do, but Paige Wiener, great setup on that one, and just strong on the block. Zeltinger will go back to serve for Rush City. And the serve is over. Dug up by Hansen. It goes to, well, nearly the bleachers, but then hit back over by Esko. Dug up on the back line by Zeltinger. Neeson going to have to hit it, and too long. Right now, the Tigers have struggled with the hit from, outside of 6 feet from the net. That's kind of where they're struggling right now, and unfortunately, a lot of these sets have put them in that situation, so they're trying to get a little bit closer on those hits. This serve is over, dug up by Abby Thielander. Anderson sets for Thielander, and a good hit, but dug up nicely there by Swanson. Near the net, they push it over, blocked at the net, dug up by Heinz, and another violation here on Esko. Make it 18-15. And Addie Anderson will check in for Shania Anderson. Back to serve is Clara Neeson. Here's the serve from Neeson. It's over. And into the bench area. It's an ace for Clara Neeson. Esko student section tried to get that scream in as she was serving. Almost worked for her. These Esko student section will be on the Rush City side of the bleachers. The Rush City student section on the Esko side of the bleachers. Love how that works. Serve is over. This time it is dug up by Swanson on this near side. They'll look for the kill. Dug up by Neeson. Zeltinger there for the set. Ellie Thielander looks for the kill. Dug up by Hansen, though. They'll set it up again. Look for another kill. Blocked at the net. Stays on Esko's side, and it'll get down. Another good block there for the Tigers to make it 20-15. Couldn't quite see who got that block. It will show up on the scoreboard. Does not look like it, so I apologize. There were about 3 different Tiger players there for that one. 20-15, Neeson with the serve, and it's over. Dug up by Hansen. Not the cleanest of digs, but still good enough. And it hit over. Dug up by Neeson on the back line. Zeltinger races after it, and Abby Thielander going to have to bump it across from about 10 feet away. She does. Now dug up on the middle there by Hansen. Hit back over. Abby Thielander is there. And a violation here on the Tigers to make it 20-16. Serving Marin Bailey now for the Eskimos. Serve just does get over. Dug up by Ellie Thielander. Antonsen will set for Heinz on that far side. Nearly gets down back across the net. Neeson. No, Neeson was just late on it. I thought Neeson got her hand underneath it, but no. It is called down. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what happened there for Rush City. Somehow they were just super late on their reaction to that one. Neeson with the dig. Antonsen will set, and Neeson will have to just hit this one back over. Couldn't quite get anything on it. Meanwhile, push. That's into the net. That was into the net. And then push back down for Rush City anyways. Kendra Heinz, she says, well, doesn't matter. I'm going to keep it. So nice job by Kendra Heinz for the kill. Make it 21-17. Ellie Thielander will serve. And lobs it over. Hansen quickly gets underneath it. Push back over. Was it blocked? Or was it 4 hits? It was blocked. A block there for Abby Thielander. And it'll be a timeout here for Esko. And while they take one, we'll keep it here. We'll keep it here. We won't send it to a commercial break. 22-17 is the score on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Their board-certified orthodontists are committed to providing world-class orthodontic care in a friendly and comfortable atmosphere. You can start today at embracemn.com. So not a lot of local sports going on here this afternoon. In fact, this is it for our local sports this afternoon. It has been a fantastic fall sports season, and it sadly, this could be it, but we'll have to wait and see what these two teams here do today. 22-17 is currently the score here in the first set. Timeout called here by Esko. That will be their second and final of this set. You get 2 timeouts every set, so. And the Tigers a lot of times won't use one. And the main reason is Coach Thielander likes to let his team play through the adversity. He likes to see how they work it out. And that's why this team has grown so much over the years. That's why they are the program they are. Ellie Thielander will serve now. It is over. Dug up again by Hansen. She's going to have about 30 digs by the time this is over. Blocked at the net by Heinz. And Esko just does get it over, but it's out of bounds. Out of bounds on the hit. Makes it 23-17. And the serve from Ellie Thielander. Ooh, that one had some juice to it. Into the net goes Esko. Yeah, unfortunately, she went to get the set hit, and it kind of leaned her into the net, sadly. And, well, that is going to wind up making it set point. Rush City 24-17. Ellie Thielander. That's over and dug up and pushed back over. Dug up momentarily by, that was Ellie Thielander, but just couldn't keep it alive. Good job there by Esko just to kind of realize, hey, we haven't done this all game. Let's maybe get this one over and see if we can't catch Rush City lacking. Aubrey Micken to serve now for Esko. Only 2 seniors for Esko. So they'll bring it mostly everybody back. This serve is over, dug up by Neeson. Pushed over to Abby Thielander. She says, let me finish it off, and she does. Abby Thielander the kill to finish it off, and the Tigers win set number 1, 25-18 on the Thielander kill. That's going to do it for our first set. We are headed into a Hones Auto Body and Glass set break here on WCMP. Hones Auto Body and Glass has state-of-the-art facilities there in Mora, plus 44 years of experience getting vehicles back on the road. Back after work for our fine sponsors here on WCMP.
A jewelry store.
Nada.
Then it's a thrift store?
Nada.
A pawn shop.
Nada. Another Men's Treasure is not a lot of things. What it is a place to find gently used power tools, hand tools, tires, fishing and hunting gear, motocross gear, and a ton of other cool stuff. Stop by and sell your gently used items, or buy something at a fraction of the price of buying it new. Another Men's Treasure in Becker, Princeton, East Bethel, Rice Lake, Wisconsin, or North Branch. Or visit Another Man's Treasure on Facebook and see what came in today.
Are you ready to get back to doing what you love? Whether it's recovering from an injury or preventing one, Wellia Health Sports Medicine Team is here to help. From kids to adults, we specialize in treating sports injuries, including concussions. We're here to get you back to peak performance. Call us today at 320-679-1313 or schedule an appointment through MyChart. Visit welliahealth.org.
Your journey to a smile you'll love forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners. With locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics. A smile you'll embrace forever.
Oh no.
Oh man.
Don't worry, Hones can fix you up. Butch, Christie, and the crew at Hones Auto Body and Glass have over 44 years of experience repairing vehicles from accidents and damage due to hail. In fact, they've got a huge state-of-the-art facility in Mora, are I-CAR and ASC certified, and certified in aluminum repair and welding. Plus, Hones is recommended by many insurance companies. Hones Auto Body and Glass. In Mora, Hones. They'll fix you up right.
Back here on WCMP in the set break, we're getting ready to start set number 2. Tigers won the first 25-18 and now lead 1-0. And you will see right now that dash go underneath the wrong team. And now you'll see it go under the right team as it goes underneath the Tigers' name. That signifies the set victory, and they lead 1-0. So both teams getting their liberos to check in. Making sure everybody is out there. That should be and is supposed to be before the libero substitutions. And we're back and ready to go. Shania Anderson will start things off for the Tigers in this second set. So Anderson readies with the serve. And set 2's underway. It's dug up on the back line. It nearly dies in the air, but still kept alive for Esko. Dug up by Zeltinger. The flagger has to get out of the way, and now Abby Thielander sends it back over on the bump. Good play there by the Tigers just to keep that one alive. Off a block, and it goes out of bounds. And Esko will score first. So off a block, it gets sent backwards, and Esko 1-0. Clara Swanson will serve for Esko. And it just gets over. Abby Thielander there. Anderson sets for Abby Thielander. Off a block and dug up by their libero, Hansen. Now hit back over. Zeltinger with the diving dig. Anderson sets, and Abby Thielander hits it back over into a block. Neeson is there. Abby Thielander says, back at you, but here comes Esko again. Zeltinger not there in time. And a good-aware play there for Esko. Nobody there for Rush City. That was just a really good play by Esko. Great effort there on the block by Neeson, but had just nobody home for Rush City on the back. Here's the serve. Oh, and Abby Thielander, you will not see her make that mistake more than once in a game. That's a rare mistake on a serve receive for Abby Thielander. It's going to wind up an ace for Esko, but I will promise you this, Abby Thielander won't allow that to happen again. The serve, it is over. Abby Thielander gets the dig. Not the cleanest of digs, but she still made it, and then a hit long. And goes to her team, says, hey, we got this. Don't worry about it. My bad. So a couple rare mistakes here for Rush City. Just something we don't see them make real often. The serve is over, dug up by Ellie Thielander. Anderson sets for Wiener off a block. Wiener is there for the dig. Neeson to Thielander. Thielander nearly getting it. Man, she wanted that one badly. Esko comes back with a swing just past Ellie Thielander, and it's 5-0. And let's see what Coach is Thielander going to call a timeout? No, he's gonna let him play through it. And that's the thing, again, with this Rush City team. Eric Thielander will not take a timeout. He lets his team play through the adversity. He lets them get through it themselves and see how they can grow. Again, that's why this team is at where they are at through all these years, is he has let his team grow through the adversity, play through it, and try and get back into the games themselves. Meanwhile, it's hit back and forth here. Nearly a kill for Neeson, but now a kill for Paige Wiener. Well, that's a big one for Paige Wiener. She needed that, and so did her team. 5-1. Great job by Paige Wiener to get that kill. I mean, it wasn't desperate by any stretch of the imagination, but certainly they needed that to kind of break it up. Abby Thielander with the serve. To the back line, Hansen with the dig. They'll set it up on this near side. Through the block. Well, right now, the Tigers just can't get a clean block. And they're setting it up on this near side for Marin Bailey, who's a freshman. And, well, I mean, it's almost too easy. They're just kind of able to square it up and make a hit. Serve now is over, dug up by Abby Thielander. Anderson, and tipped over by Ellie Thielander. A diving dig will keep it alive. Again, Bailey with the kill. Well, yeah, they're just, I mean, unfortunately, it's just, they can't get anything going in this set. Timeout called by Eric Thielander, and we'll take commercial break. Be back in 30 seconds.
Traditions are passed down, and we learn what is important. The value of a dollar, the importance of family, the ability to do a job yourself. Central Boiler designed the Classic Edge with these same values in mind. The Classic Edge Outdoor Wood Furnace from Central Boiler. A perfect combination of value and performance.
Visit northlandboilersales.com.
Well, a really good start to set number 2 for Esko. Meanwhile, Rush City is just, that's one thing about the Tigers team is, man, do they really kind of take it to heart when things are not going well. And they're hard on themselves. And while, again, that is a good thing, you want a team to recognize, the things that they're doing wrong. You don't want it to snowball. And I feel like it has just a little bit here, excuse me, in this second set to start it off. It's 7-1, and again, I feel like Rush City has just kind of allowed it to snowball, so Coach Thielander comes back and says, all right, composure. Let's get back in this one. This is not anything we haven't faced before. Meanwhile, the serve is over. Zeltinger there, and Ellie Thielander has to readjust. Wow, a good hit, again, off the mark, and now this hit over again. It's going to the same spot the last 5 different times, and they just can't figure it out. That has got to be frustrating for them. They know where it's going and just can't get there. It's the same person who's making the kills. Rush City, it's going to be an ace. Oh, man. Well, it is ugly early on here, just to be honest. And I think the Tigers know that. It is ugly start to the second set. But maybe they can go on a run here and try and erase this start. Zeltinger with the dig. Over to Ellie Thielander. That set was really high. My goodness, it played in the air for about an hour. And again, Bailey. I mean, it's the same person every single time. And what I'm noticing is if it's on this near side of the net, she's going cross-court hit. If it's anywhere towards the middle, she's coming right down the middle. And another ace. Oh, my goodness. Well, they're going to get a substitution here. Heinz is going to go in for Zeltinger. And then Willow Stream is going to check in for Heinz. So that's how the substitution works, and they just need Zeltinger to get a little bit of composure, just get some words of advice from coach. And the serve is over. Dug up by Ellie T-Lander on the far side. Anderson, that one's blocked at the net. Dug up by Abby T-Lander. Ellie T-Lander just gets it over. Good job there by her. And now the hit by Esko is going to go long. Oof. Well, Tigers needed that. It's a long road back. Wiener out, Heinz in. No. Heinz will now go in for Stream. And then Zeltinger in for Wiener. Okay, there we go. Almost a substitution violation. Zeltinger's going to go back to serve. 11-2 is the hole the Tigers are in. And Zeltinger with the serve up on the back line. And they'll get it on that far side for the kill. The Tigers just can't buy a point right now. I mean, they can turn around in a hurry, but man, so far, been a set to forget right now for Rush City. 12-2. Serve is over. Abby T-Lander with the dig. Anderson sets. Abby T-Lander has to push it back over. Dug up by Esko at the front of the net. Ellie T-Lander delivers on the kill. And maybe that will get them back into the, pardon the pun, swing of things, as Anderson will check in for Anderson. Back to serve is Neeson. Maybe just a swing and a kill like that will get the Tigers back into this one, because maybe they just needed, an actual kill. They haven't really had a point that's been theirs. It's been kind of mistakes from Esko that have led to their points so far. Even though it's only 3, that one kill could do it. Well, now they're going to get back to Bailey. She's going to go cross-court hit, blocked at the net, dug up by Antonsen. Neeson will call, and Ellie T-Lander looking for the kill, dug up by Esko. They'll push it back over. Zeltinger with the dig. Abby T-Lander, nice job. Ellie T-Lander looks for the kill, dug up by Hansen, though. And again, on this near side, she's going to go right down the middle. They can't get it by her. I mean, there's nothing right now they can do. She is just 13-3. My goodness. Here's the serve. It's over, dug up by Neeson. Antonsen. And Neeson will hit it back over. Dig. And now hit back into a block. Great job there by both Heinz and Antonsen. Well, I keep saying they need it, but they do, and it's to a point where if you don't go on a run now, well, it's kind of just forget about the set and move on. 13-4. Now we know the Tigers can go on some incredible runs, but the momentum, the energy is just not with them right now. That went off the net, keeps on the Tigers' side though, and now set up for Heinz. It was tipped, was it not? It was tipped. No tip call. That was, I think, pretty clearly tipped, but obviously we stick with the call. And like I said, Rush City just can't get points in a row, and that's what's hurting them right now. Serve is over. T-Lander there with the dig. Antonsen sets Abby T-Lander off a block. Kept alive, and Esko will bump it over. Zeltinger on this near side. Antonsen sets for Heinz. Pushes it through. Dug up by her shoulder, and still stays on their side. Oh, my goodness. What has gone wrong in this set for the Tigers. And hopefully they're just hoping they can't get something to break their way. Serve is over, dug up by Neeson. Ellie T-Lander sets for Abby T-Lander. And no matter what they do right now, first of all, they can't get it through a block. That's going to be touched by, oh my goodness. They touch the net now. They're just getting mistake after mistake. And T-Lander just going to his team kind of asking, hey, what's going on, guys? And I'm just saying, hey, what, we got to figure it out, guys. Serve is over, dug up by Neeson. Antonsen will set. Abby T-Lander, she needed that one. Woo! Just get out of the way. I think she's playing with a little bit of anger. I mean, that was a hit and a half by Abby Thielander. Kendra Heinz will serve. She goes to that far side. Kept alive. They'll just tap it over. It is so hard right now. I mean, it just seems like Rush City can't put anything together. Now the serve from Esko. Dug up by Neeson. Antonsen will set on the far side for Thielander. Got that nasty spin on it, still kept alive. Tapped over, Zeltinger there for the dig. Paige Wiener off the block, just has to tap it over. And again, they're hitting it into almost every block that Esko has. Pushed over by Esko, out of bounds. No way! Oh, good grief. Another violation on Rush City. Even when it's hit out of bounds by Esko, they still can't catch a break. Serve is over, Neeson there, and now Antonsen. She will push it down, but it is still dug up, blocked at the net. Abby Thielander, and nice job there by Ellie just to get that one back over on the near side. They'll set it up, Neeson there. Antonsen, oh, they went over the net? What are you doing? They went over the net, Esko did. What are we doing? Oh my goodness. They completely missed the call. Well, gonna get a timeout here by the Tigers, and this one for Thielander. Just he's got to gather them together and just say, hey, breathe. Maybe the set isn't gonna go our way. We can still come back in this one. Hey, even if we don't win, let's get some momentum going for set 3. You know, to overcome a 14-point deficit this late in the set is going to be hard to do. But let's go out, let's finish this set strong, and let's get momentum for the third. And let's go out in the third and just get back to Rush City volleyball. Let's just get back to what we know we can do. I think that's kind of what he's saying right now. Because, I mean, well, one, you've had a couple calls that haven't gone your way. To be just bluntly honest, there have been a few calls that have just been like, what? But both teams have to play through those types of things. And for the Tigers, again, I think, again, may not win this set, but you just go out, get momentum for set 3, and come out in set 3 and just go off. I think that is kind of what you need to do here in this one. Serve is over, dug up by Abby Thielander. Antonsen, Abby Thielander blocked at the net. Well, I mean, they're just hitting it into almost every block Esko has. I mean, got to give credit to Esko, but man, can't buy a kill if you're the Tigers right now. Another serve. Ellie Thielander with the dig. Antonsen there pushes it to Abby Thielander, and they know that's the young lady that they want to get things going. They're just too in their heads right now. They are just thinking about this way too much. They're trying to get all now 16 back in one hit, and it's not going to happen. You got to settle down, take what they're giving you, and just get back to Rush City volleyball. Hit is over. Yeah, again, they can't buy a kill right now. Miss hit there. That's all about they can get is. Oh, and there have been all but one of these points here in this set that have been a mistake by Esko. It's been 5 points that they have got off of an Esko error, and one has come off a kill. It has just not gone their way. Anderson in for Antonsen, and Anderson will go back to serve. Serve is over to the back line. Dug up now on the near side, and they'll get the kill. Yeah, they get one, and then Esko gets the other 12. So 22-6. And again, Tigers just have to forget this set, grab momentum for the next one. Anderson, Wiener, kill. And she's the only one who's actually gotten a kill in this set as well. Now has 3 on the evening. But again, here for the Tigers, put points together. They have not put points together at all this set. Let's see if they can't do it here. Abby Thielander with the serve. It's over, and on that far side, Anderson Gets the dig after the hit. T-Lander to, Neeson just completely missed. Completely missed the hit. Again, they're just thinking way too much about this. Need to get back to just playing the game. Well, 23-7, it has not been pretty. Here's the serve. It's over, dug up by Abby T-Lander. Now Ellie T-Lander looks for the kill. Can't quite get it. On the near side, Bailey again. This time Anderson is there for the dig. Ellie T-Lander and now Neeson. Nope, not enough. Well, whenever this set break happens, they need the Men in Black pen and just say, you didn't forget that second set ever happened. It's tied at 1-1. Go out and win. Here's the serve. Zeltinger there with the dig. And on the far side, Ellie T-Lander looks for the kill, dug up by Esko. Right from the middle, off the block, Zeltinger to Anderson, and Abby T-Lander looking for the kill, but it's dug up. And hit into the net by Esko. 24-8. It's set point, and it's going to be set point. I mean, Tigers have to go on a 16-0 run. I haven't seen that in my time broadcasting, but you never know. Serve. It's over. And that's out. No way! Oh my goodness. Another call that does not go Rush City's way. That was, well, don't want to say too much about the refs, but that was a bad missed call. Well, another Holmes Auto Body and Glass set break. We'll be back after a word from our fine sponsors here on WCMP.
Rush City Auto and Standard Auto and Classics in North Branch invite you to check out their 2 full lots of quality used vehicles. They've got a car or truck for any size budget. Get your next vehicle from a local dealer with a great reputation. Rush City Auto and Standard Auto and Classics in North Branch are going to put you into a vehicle that you will love at a price you can afford. For more information, visit rushcityauto.com to view up-to-date inventory. Rush City Auto and Standard Auto and Classics. Quality used vehicles, rushcityauto.com.
Are you tired of long commutes to the Twin Cities to work in the HVAC field? Dale's Heating and Appliance in Pine City is now hiring full-time installation and service technicians to join their growing team. Dale's Heating and Appliance is an established Lennox Premier dealer looking to expand their business. Benefits include competitive wages, health insurance, paid vacation, paid holidays, 401k, and more. Submit your resume to daleshvac@yahoo.com or visit Dale's Heating and Appliance in downtown Pine City today.
Mom's Parkside Cafe in Pine City proudly serves breakfast skillets, scratch-made buttermilk pancakes, famous big cookies, and bread pudding with homemade caramel sauce. Enjoy home-style hot sandwiches made with real mashed potatoes and gravy. Voted Pine County's best breakfast, best lunch, and best soup and salad. This quaint cafe is owner-operated with a small-town feel. Stir in family and a sprinkle of hard work to complete the recipe for this award-winning cafe.
Order up! Mom's Parkside Cafe. Open Monday through Friday, 8 till 2, and weekends, 7 till 2.
Back here on WCMP, Esko wins that second set. We're not going to talk about it. We're going to do the same thing the Tigers are. We're going to pretend it didn't happen. We're going to move on and get to the third set. That's what we're going to do. So we're tied at 1 set apiece here in the section championship. Tigers are going to use the full length of the set break. Holmes Auto Body and Glass set break here. Holmes Auto Body and Glass in Mora is ICAR and ASE certified. Holmes Auto Body and Glass is recommended by insurance companies. Had an accident? Let Holmes Auto Body and Glass fix you up. So we are in the third set with the teams tied at 1 apiece. Coaches having their final words with the Tigers in their huddle. And we're just about to get back and ready for the serve to begin set number 3. Now, again, Natalie Rude is out, their setter. Now, I don't want to say that that has made the complete difference in that set, but I think it played a little bit of a factor. Natalie Rude is their setter. She is the young lady who who sets everything up. And we've seen it there, even in the first set, the Tigers just didn't get the cleanest of sets. They were hitting it from about 6 feet and out a lot in that first set, and again in the second set. So I just wonder if that didn't play a little bit of a factor. But again, they have gone through a couple games now, sadly without Rude. So I think they'll be okay. It's just a matter of, again, moving past that set, and simply it's 0-0 now. Neeson with the dig off the serve. Abby Thielander, oh my goodness. Sound play by Esko. Now this one off a block, dug up, and nope, no one there. It was dug up, then set, and then no one there for Rush City. 1-0. And the serve. Neeson with the dig. Antonsen to Abby Thielander. Again, oh. Gonna get another violation on Rush. So 2-0 now. And after a while, it seemed like the Tigers were just thinking too much about playing last set. And then again, I'm hoping they can just get back to playing volleyball. Gage Wiener has to hit this one back over to the back line and dug up by Esko on the far side. They'll get it through a block, dug up by Neeson. Zeltinger will race after it, and Abby Thielander bumps it back over. Dug up by Esko, now on this far side, and it's down for a kill. Three 0. And the serve. Oh, miss. They're just not talking now. I mean, it's getting to a point where you have to just over-communicate if that's going to happen, because that went right in between two Tigers who should have been there, and they just got to talk. This time they do. Good job. Nice job, Abby Thielander with the dig, and Ellie Thielander has to hit it back over. Blocked by Abby Thielander into the antenna. Well, they get one. Again, one off of a Esko mistake. Anderson will check in for Antonsen. Let's see if the Tigers can't go on a run now. I'd like to see them go on a run, because after the first set, it's been 29-9. Point differential. Anderson with the serve, dug up on the back line, and hit. Anderson with the dig. Nice job there, and Ellie Thielander has to hit it back over. Late dig by Esko, now on the near side. She'll run up, getting it, and somehow keeping it alive after the block from Neeson. Dug up by Zeltinger, setting it up for Thielander, who shoves it over, but it's dug up on that sideline and hit out of bounds by Esko. So it's 4-2. They have finally put together back-to-back points, have the Tigers. They didn't do that in set number 2. They were not able to put back-to-back points together, so that is a positive thing that they have now got going here for set 3. They have to get it over. Abby Thielander's there, and then Anderson sets, Neeson with a strong hit, but still dug up on the back line. Hit back over. Anderson with the dig. Ellie Thielander sets for Abby Thielander through the block. And you can kind of just see as Abby Thielander turns around after that hit, she just kind of goes, oh. Kind of just takes a big sigh of relief. You can just kind of tell she's just like, oh, finally, man. 4-3 now. Serve is over. Dug up by Hansen near the front of the net. And, oh, I don't know if maybe they should have let that one go. Maybe it was tipped at the net, and that's why she had to go after it. But it looked like that was trailing out of bounds, and Zeltinger made a play on it. But, again, I didn't quite see if it was tipped or not as it came across the net. So that very well could have been the reason why she went after it. Well, had to go after it. I couldn't quite tell, so I can't discredit her on the effort either. 5-3, the serve is over. Dug up by Ellie Thielander. Anderson for Neeson, and she gets it over into the net. Somehow kept alive, but finally into the net. 5-4. Zeltinger back to serve. Almost a violation on the serve, but Abby Thielander is supposed to be serving. So she will hit it across, and it's dug up on the back line. Now they'll race for it. Blocked at the net, but it stays on the Tiger side. Well, I mean, not that you can control it so much, but, I mean, they got to not allow Marin Bailey any hits. I mean, it's just, she can't miss, simply put. I mean, and then the block just not strong enough there, so Tigers got to get up a little bit more on that one. 6-4 now, the serve. It's over, dug up by Abby Thielander on the far side. Ellie Thielander looks for the kill. Dug up by Esko, push back over. Anderson with the dig. And Ellie Thielander hits it, sets it, for Abby Thielander, who hits it over. Marin Bailey again. Yep. I mean, I'm not even going to be, I'd be surprised if when she hits it, it doesn't get down for a kill. I mean, it's at that point. Another serve from Esko. And it gets into the net. Well, catch a break to the Tigers. 7-5. Zeltinger back to serve. Heinz in. Wiener is out. And the Zeltinger serve. The back line dug up and on the far side. That hit the net. That hit the net. That hit the net. No way. Oh, my good grief. Well, they say it was blocked, and Rush City doesn't argue, so maybe they did block it. But it didn't sound like a block. It didn't look like one. It looked like it hit the net and went out of bounds, which would have been a Rush City point. But yeah, they didn't argue, so maybe I'm in the wrong. That happens, believe it or not. Oh my goodness! Oh my gosh! No way! Oh man, that was out and again called in. Just from what I'm seeing, it's going to be an ace. That one is in. Neeson gets the dig. Anderson, and then hit over by Heinz. And Marin Bailey, wow, actually is blocked, and then into the referee's ladder. So good job that time by the Tigers to get the block. That time they were strong on the block, got up high enough, and just stayed strong on the block. Textbook that time by Rush City. And before anybody gets on me about the referees, it is not personal to the referees. I'm not attacking them personally. It's just from what I see in or out, personally. It's not personal to them or against them. That got down, but, well, eventually it did, I guess. But it's not personal. It's not me attacking the referees personally. It's just from what I see. So I don't want to make anybody think that I'm picking on the referees. That's not what I'm doing. It's just from what I see. 9-7 now. Neeson with the serve on the far sideline. Yep, there's Marin Bailey. And Zeltinger, because of the deflection off the net, had to redirect her dive, and she was just a little bit early on it. But again, that is because of the hit. That ball hit the net and then redirected it. So just a tough play for Neeson, and it's going to be an ace. Oh, boy. I mean, just struggling right now, the Tigers. I mean, they're still in at 11-4, but it is very clear that Esko has any and all momentum right now. This one is dug up cleanly by Thielander on, well, from about middle of the court. Thielander with the hit. It's dug up and hit off a block. Neeson is there. And then over to Ellie Thielander off a block. It gets down. Ellie Thielander will get a kill. Yeah, it's certainly frustrating right now for the Tigers. I mean, they've just, again, I think it's not that they're playing bad. I don't think that's it at all. I think they're just thinking too much about every action that they need to make and not just simply playing volleyball. I think that has been the case. Oh, no. Well, it was hit over, blocked. Heinz got the dig, and then nobody there on the set. And that's been the problem. where we get a dig and nobody is there on the set or nobody's there for the dig, and that's where the miscommunication has been happening, and they've just got to shore that up here if they want to get back into this one. 12-8, the serve is over, and then too aggressive that time is Neeson. You gotta trust your teammate. They had Zeltinger back there ready for that one. She was set up in perfect spot, but just too aggressive on that one was Neeson. And it's a tough balance. You want to be aggressive, but at the same time, you want to trust your teammate. And that time, Neeson just too aggressive. But again, they're just trying to make a play. It's real tough to find that balance. Oh man, Tigers right now are just struggling to keep up. 14-8. And the serve is over. And Neeson again can't get it cleanly. Will we see a timeout here from Thielander? No, that's what one thing I like about Thielander is he lets his team play through the adversity. He lets them learn how to work through it, because how do you grow and how do you gain anything on the court if you're not just playing through the tough situations? That is how you learn. He knows that he can only do so much by getting a timeout and telling them, hey, here's what you got to do. They have to learn themselves on what to do and when to do it. So I like the fact that he lets them play through the adversity, because sometimes that's the best thing for a team, and that's what he's letting them do right now. Again, this is where growth happens for a team. Heinz will now serve after the serve goes long by Esko. He'll hit it, and just over again. They're just so far out of position right now, are the Tigers. And again, it's not because they're playing bad. It's just simply they're thinking too much about it. Again, not playing bad. Tigers are not playing bad. It's just they're just thinking too much about it. Serve is over. Dug up by Neeson. It goes backwards, but Allie Thielander sends it forward on the set. Abby Thielander hits it over. Dug up by Esko on this near side. Hit over. Neeson there. Ellie Thielander with the set. Abby Thielander bumps it over. Dug up by Esko on this near side. Dug up by Neeson. On the far side, set by Ellie Thielander and blocked by Esko. Abby Thielander, that's a tough play for Abby. I mean, she had to go from turn herself completely around to just try and tap that one over, but couldn't get it. And that's going to be a timeout now by Rush City. So while they take a timeout, we will as well, back after our word from our fine sponsors on WCMP.
Guy Fieri's Flavor Town is now available at your Freeway Holiday Station store in Pine City. Guy Fieri of Food Network fame is rolling out some of his favorites like the mac and cheese burger, sweet heat chicken and waffle, jalapeno potato nuggets, and candy chaos cookies. And you can only get these at your local Freeway Holiday Station store. Flavor Town is rolling out now. Guy Fieri's new Flavor Town at the Freeway Holiday Station store in Pine City. 'Cause you gotta stop somewhere.
Back here on WCMP, again, frustration is, I got to believe, part of the reason why we're seeing them a little bit out of position. Again, when you lose a set by that much, and we know they're a much better team than that, it's frustrating, and you're struggling to put points together. But for Rush City, I think, again, you've got to understand you're not going to get all these points back with one hit. It has to be one at a time. You have to continue to dig yourselves back out of this hole and get back into a competitive spot. And again, they're trailing. Yes, it's been a little bit tough as of late, but they have to understand that it's not all going to be in one swing. It is going to come one at a time to get back into this. So they just have to understand that. And looking for the kill is Paige Wiener, but gets back over the net. Nobody home. Not sure what happened there. They had a couple players there, but just no one able to get it. So 18-9. And again, Tigers a much better team than what they've been showing. Just a little bit of a mind game right now. So they catch a break with that serve going into the net. Late in this set, the Tigers have to go on a run. Anderson in for Antonsen. Anderson will go back to serve. And that's another thing I've noticed. We've also seen them be, I think that another reason you can tell how they're kind of playing the mind game right now is they're kind of getting confused as to the serve rotation. And that's something that you kind of for sure no all year. And I think that's part of the frustration, and that's part of them just thinking too much about it, because we've seen it now almost 3-4 times in a row where they get confused as to who's supposed to be going back to serve. So Abby Thielander, most recent kill, makes it 18-11. That serve just gets over the net, now back over the net, and punched nearly over. Man, yeah, I mean, it's so tough for the Tigers right now. But, like the effort, but they just, when Esko's tapping it over, they just struggle to kind of get a clean dig. Serve is over. Ellie Thielander with the dig. Anderson sets. Abby Thielander. Oh my good gosh. No way. That definitely got that back line. That definitely got a piece of it. Well, they're going to say no, and this serve is over, and somehow kept alive, but nope. Oh, my goodness gracious. Quick conversation in that huddle. It's 21-11. Serve again by Esko. It is over. Dug up by Abby Thielander. Anderson sets Neeson on that far side. It's the dig, and it's, nope, not a clean dig by Ellie Thielander. And it's a mind game right now. It is a mind game. And they have to win this mind game. They've just got to be mentally strong. They've got to go to the depths of their ability and just understand it is not even close to over. We are still well in this thing. Paige Wiener nearly with the kill, but dug up by Esko, and they'll hit it back across Zeltinger, there. And hit back over by Neeson. Somehow kept alive and dug up by Ellie Thielander. Anderson sets, and hitting it back over is Abby Thielander, finally for a kill. Got a lot of work to do. A lot of work to do. 22-12. Abby Thielander going to try and start the run. Serve is over. Dug up on the back line. They'll push to the far side now, and it's just tapped over. Good job not to block that one. Allow it to be dug up, and now Paige Wiener looks for the kill. Near the bleachers, but it's kept alive on the set. Push back over Zeltinger. Set by Anderson. Now on the far side, Ellie Thielander bumps it over. Kept alive again, and they will bump it back over. Abby Thielander with the dig. Anderson sets for Abby Thielander, and again nearly a kill, but just getting over. Bump back over by Esko. Dug up by Zeltinger. On the far side, Abby Thielander again at long. No, they say it was wow, okay. They called it tipped. So Zeltinger will serve now. 22-13 on that Brace Orthodontics scoreboard. Brace Orthodontics will leave you with a smile you embrace forever. Serve is over, dug up now on this near side. Blocked to the net, and there's Neeson. Well, there's a little bit of juice. There's a little bit of something. A little bit of life now for Rush City. There's some of that confidence they need. That was big. Oh, you're kidding. Where? You're kidding me. Oh, good grief. Apparently a violation on Rush. Huh. Not sure where that came from, but man, that is tough. All of a sudden, Rush had life, and again, I don't know where or what the call was. I think it was maybe a substitution violation, but Man, that hurts. Kill here for Ellie Thielander. Heinz in for Wiener, and Zeltinger will be back to serve. Serve is over. Long. Ooh, man. Set point again for Esko. Here's the serve. Dug up by Abby Thielander. Anderson will set for Ellie Thielander on the far side. That's in. Clearly in. Thank you. 24-15. Anderson in for Anderson. And Neeson back to serve. 24-15. Set point here. Still for Esko. Rush would need 9 in a row. Serve is over. Dug up by Esko. Oh, they just can't get a read on Marin Bailey. 25-15, and that will do it for set 3. Let's reset. Let's get to the fourth, and let's see what the Tigers can come back with and try and tie this one up and then go into a fifth and final set, and let's see if they can't win it. We'll be back after word from our fine sponsors on WCMP.
Kettle River Pizza is a proud supporter of sports teams and community organizations. Local groups and teams across the state have had amazing success with Kettle River Pizza fundraising. From sausage and pepperoni to chicken Alfredo or the hot Hawaiian, the cheesy deliciousness practically sells itself. Visit KettleRiverPizza.com to schedule your next fundraiser. It's so easy to get started. Got a pizza craving now? Pick up a Kettle River Pizza at your local grocery store or convenience store today.
Can't wait to get out there.
Yeah, man, I'm ready for the season.
Hey guys, you gonna finally let me in on the big hunt this year?
Yeah, sure.
Really?
Honey, there's a lot of preparation that goes into hunting.
Preparation, huh? Like
Getting to Almost Yours Gun and Pawn and Mora so I can have the right gun, scope, blind, and stand. And no matter what caliber I'm shooting, Bob always has the right ammo.
Ha, thanks, boys. I went to Almost Yours Gun and Pawn. They have everything a hunter needs to be prepared.
Oh, okay.
I do love Almost Yours Gun and Pawn.
907 Union Street, Mora.
Hi, Rob. Hey, why have you been so happy lately?
It's because I no longer pay for hot water.
What? You have 4 teenagers that take all-day showers. How do you not pay for hot water?
Well, I put in a central boiler outdoor furnace that heats my house, my garage, and now I have virtually endless free hot water.
Wow, that's great. With my 10 kids, I'll really save some money. Where do I get a furnace?
Check with your local central boiler dealer, of course.
Northland Boiler Sales, your local central boiler sales dealer. Visit northlandboilersales.com.
Finding that missing shin guard. Remembering whether it's a home or away game. Getting the right kid to the right playing field on the right day. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple so you can worry about more important things. Like not being that fan.
Oh, come on, ref!
That's simple human sense.
Your local auto owner's agent is Pine Insurance Agency. Visit them at pineagency.us today. pineagency.us.
Back here on WCMP, it is 2-1 going into the fourth, but Rush City had a little bit of something go their way there in that one. Had a few more points, and now they got to come into this fourth. It's a set that could be the fourth and final, so they need to go out there, kind of just forget the last 2 sets, and remember, you're a good team. You are much better than what you've been playing, and so you can only go up from here. And that's the great thing about this, is they are much better than what they've been playing, and they can only get better in the coming sets. So if they can play like we know they can, they'll be just fine. Again, they just got to stop thinking so much about it. I think, and that's a lot of the reason why I think in the last 2 sets, again, they've been thinking about it too much because of the frustration that has been going on, because this isn't working. Okay, that went out. Okay, we didn't get that call. Oh, that call didn't go our way. So it's been a little bit of frustration here for this team, but they're still in it. They've still got, again, if they win this set, they've still got another set to go to where they could win it. So they're still very well in this thing. Blocked at the net. There you go. And you start it with that. Neeson and Wiener there for the block. So it starts with a block after the serve from Anderson. And the serve here, it is over. Dug up by Esko, now on this near side, hit back across. Dug up by Zeltinger, Anderson, and Neeson off a block into the back line. Dug up on this near side now, pushed over. Oh, dug up by Anderson, little bit of miscommunication. I think Zeltinger would have been there had she let that one go. But again, just trying to make a play. But again, we got to know what the play is and where your teammates are set up. Well, that's okay. Serve now from Clara Swanson. It's over, dug up by Abby Thielander to Ellie on the far side for Neeson, and she'll bump it to the back line. Dug up by Esko on the far side, off the block. Zeltinger with the dig. Anderson and Ellie Thielander into the net. Well, just to begin this set, you could sense a little bit of a new life, a new energy for Rush City. So I think they're already off to a much better start. Serve is over, dug up by Ellie Thielander. Neeson right there, good job to get that one set. Oh, and then miscommunication again. Well, don't let it snowball. Do not let that start to become a snowball effect. Just get back, get this next one. You'll be just fine. Serve is over, dug up by Abby. Anderson, nope, late to it. Yeah, I think this is where they miss Natalie Rude. Not that Anderson and Antonsen cannot get it done, but Natalie Rude just has been doing it for so long at the varsity level. That's where Anderson and Antonsen don't quite have that experience that Rude does, and I think that's where they're missing Rude just a little bit here this evening. Meanwhile, the hit over from Thielander does get dug up by Esko, back over, dug up by Wiener. Now to Anderson, and Wiener looks for the kill. That's, no, oh my. What do we, looks like, not quite sure of the call. It's some sort of violation on Esko. I'm not quite sure. Well, I guess either way. Abby Thielander will now serve. It is over. Dug up by the Esko number 3. She hit it into the net. Makes it 4-3. There you go. Now you get one back. Now you forced Esko into a mistake. And now you come back out and try and tie this one up. Abby Thielander will serve. It's over. Dug up on that near sideline. They'll set it up on the near sideline. Off a block. Ellie Thielander to Anderson. And now to Neeson. But it's dug up on the back line by Esko. They're just going to line it up for Bailey. Off the block. Oh! Wiener didn't realize it was right into her bread basket. I mean, you can't blame her. That one, she got the block and then kind of didn't quite see it. It went almost straight down. She just didn't see where it went. And the serve is over. Diving dig there by Abby Thielander. Ellie Thielander looks for the kill. Dug up by Esko. Push back over. Anderson now to Abby Thielander. Ellie Thielander. Oh, yeah, that's a good one there for Ellie Thielander. My goodness. It skimmed the top of the net and found its way down for the kill. Riley Zeltinger will serve. And the serve. Zeltinger to about the back line. Dug up and off the block. Dug up by Zeltinger. Anderson on the far side. Ellie Thielander, excuse me. Oh, that didn't get down, I guess. And it's out of bounds off that hit. So they have now tied it at 5. Again, I like I said, this a much better start to this one. Serve is over at the net. That should be 4 hits. No, 1 off. Again, I'm never claimed to be good at math. Heinz gets that one in. There you go. And the Tigers have taken their first lead in 2 sets. There you go. That is what you need. Just continue to work back. Zeltinger, the serve. That one's going to go, ooh. Just long. Just long. Getting quick advice from Coach T-Lander, and Esko will serve. Into the net. There you go. There you go. Now all of a sudden you start playing back to Rush City volleyball, and you force Esko into a few mistakes. Antonsen in for Anderson, and Neeson will serve. Neeson looks ready for this one. He gave the coaches a look like, yeah, here we go. Serve is over to the back line and dug up, though. Dug up by Swanson on this near side. Bailey off a block, dug up by Neeson. To Antonsen, to Ellie T-Lander, off the net, and it still gets over. And they'll hit it over. Oh, just past Neeson. And I know Neeson's trying to make a play there, and I'm certainly not gonna blame her for it, but I think that one might have gone long. I think it might have. If she were to have missed it, it might have gone long. Here's the serve. Oh, can't have that happen. Simply put, can't. I think that's Zeltinger's. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be Zeltinger's ball that time. But they shake it off to the next point. 8-7. Dug up by Abby T-Lander. Antonsen to Ellie. Long. Dang. Just too far underneath that one. Hit it long. Serve. Ooh, nice job there right between Neeson and Zeltinger again, but they let it go, and it's long. So now the Tigers get the ball back, 9-8. Ellie T-Lander. Serve is over. Dug up towards the back line, now on this near side. Out. Good job watching that one. Tied back up at 9. Ellie T-Lander will serve again. Takes it to the, opposite side. I like the idea, but just a little too far on that one. Good idea for that one from Ellie T-Lander. And I thought, if we're being quite honest, I thought that one might just take a nosedive to stay in, but it carries a little too far, and it winds up getting out of bounds. Serve is over, dug up by Neeson. Now on the far side, Ellie T-Lander puts that magic spin on the ball, but stays in the air a little too long, and now off a block, dug up by Ellie T-Lander to Antonsen. And Heinz has to readjust. Oh, it nearly gets down. It is finally going to get down. 4 hits by Esko, and that'll tie it up at 10. Hey, you make them fall behind the play, that's how you win. Paige Wiener in for Zeltinger. Kendra Heinz will go back to serve. And the serve is over. Blocked at the net. There is. Nice job, Abby T-Lander with the block. Well, she needed that one, I think, for her confidence. She had hit a couple of these long that she squared up, but that time just blocked it. Great job. Oh, into the net. Dang. Heinz with the serve into the net. That's unfortunate. Heinz back out, and Zeltinger back in. Johnson to serve now for Esko. To Neeson, Antonsen, and Wiener with the delivery. Well, she went with a treat that time for the Tigers, and the treat is the kill. Nice job. Joke's a day late. I don't care. Get off my back. Antonsen out, Anderson in, and Anderson will go back to serve. Anderson with the serve. That's in! It's an ace for Anderson. And there you go. Her first of the evening, and that is how you get on a roll. The Tigers have got new life. And a timeout called by Esko. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Need a prescription or medication advice? Wellia Health's community pharmacies in Mora and Pine City are open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Our friendly pharmacists are here to answer your questions and to help with prescription transfers. Call us at Pine City 320-322-5141 or Mora 320-679-3999 or visit welliahealth.org.
Back here on WCMP, Anthem Country, 106.5 FM, AM 1350. Tigers got a little bit of new life now. Much better start to this set. And not only that, they got an ace. They've got a couple big kills, a block even. Just seems like they're getting back to Tiger volleyball. And they've got new life here in this game, trailing 2-1, trying to win this one and get it to a fifth. Again, winner will punch their ticket to the state tournament, and they will play next Thursday at the XL Energy Center. Again, I know it's a Grand Casino Arena. I will always call it the XL. Served now by Anderson, but it does stay in. I thought it might carry long. And on this near side, dug up by Ellie T-Lander off the block. Abby T-Lander has to hit it back over into a block, but it stays on their side. Abby T-Lander the kill. There you go. It starts one at a time. And now they're just getting back to playing volleyball. They're not thinking too much about it. They're just playing volleyball. Here's the serve from Anderson. It's dug up on the back line. Oh, two Esko players collide. They're okay. Oh, man. That could have been bad. Paige, they're going to get it tipped. And Paige Wiener is going to get the kill. So the two Esko players are okay, look more or less like a soft collide, but it's always the fall. It's never the collide itself, it's always the fall to the floor that I worry about. Sometimes the collide, but more times than not, it's the fall to the floor. Meanwhile, Esko cannot get it over on the third hit. Here we go. Now the Tigers getting a little bit of momentum on their side of things. Anderson will serve. 16-11 the score. It's over. Dug up again on the back line. Pushed to this near side. They will tap it over. Anderson, nice job getting the dig. Ellie T-Lander. Abby T-Lander nearly on the kill. Just dug up on that back line. On this near side now. Hit over. Dug up by Abby T-Lander. Anderson will set. And it's Neeson hitting it over and down. And Neeson gets the kill. And another timeout called here by Esko, and the Tigers, not only as the team, but the fans, the coaches, all have a newfound confidence now here in this one. We'll be back in 30 seconds on WCMP.
A jewelry store. Nada.
Then it's a thrift store?
Nada. A pawn shop. Nada. Another Men's Treasure is not a lot of things. What it is a place to find gently used power tools, hand tools, tires, fishing and hunting gear, motocross gear, and a ton of other cool stuff. Stop by and sell your gently used items, or buy something at a fraction of the price of buying it new. Another Men's Treasure in Becker, Princeton, East Bethel, Rice Lake, Wisconsin, or North Branch. Or visit Another Man's Treasure on Facebook and see what came in today.
Back here on WCMP, Tigers got some momentum now on their side, and they're working with that and trying to get back into this one. Again, if they can win this set, tie it up at 2, and then go out and take it at least to a fifth. That's the hope, and that's what they're trying to do here. 17-11. Both teams back out onto the court. Esko has since used their 2 timeouts, so if you're Rush, I don't want to say that's necessarily a good thing because you never know what comes out of this timeout, but it could work in your favor. Anderson the serve to the back line. Dug up on the far side. They'll switch it up through the block, and it gets down. Just got to be a little bit stronger on the block to the Tigers. They were there and set up correctly, so it's not like they were out of position. It's just they were just not strong enough on the block. And the serve here for Esko. Dug up by Ellie T-Lander to Anderson, yes, and then hit over by Abby T-Lander. Blocked and then back down. And, Abby T-Lander's got to be a little more careful. She went to push that ball across, but the way she pushed it, it went into a Esko leg, and I don't think she would have been called for anything, but, I mean, if this game would have been chippier, maybe. Serve is over, dug up by Abby T-Lander. Anderson will set on the far side for Neeson. Neeson hits it over, but it's dug up by Esko. Now on this near side. Blocked. Great job by Abby T-Lander. Close to being over, but just a great job by Abby T-Lander on the block. And I believe it is Abby Thielander who will serve. I believe so anyways. Yes, it is. And just goes for the more directional hits. Meanwhile, off a block, and Abby kind of just looks and goes, I had it. I had it. Yeah, that's tough because, again, teammates just trying to make a play up there, but because of the block, it gets away from Abby Thielander, and Abby Thielander would have had a clean dig. Here's the serve. It's over. Zeltinger there to Anderson, and Ellie Thielander off the net. It gets down! Ellie Thielander with the kill, 19-14. In is, I think, Heinz for Paige Wiener. And Coach Thielander tell his bench, hey, we got to relax. And they'll line this one up. Can't do much about that one. They were just able to kind of set that one up basically perfect, was Esko. And they get the kill. And now, again, if you go and talk to a coach, they'll say, yeah, we should have gotten it. But from my perspective, I don't know how, man. That would have been impressive. I mean, it is all impressive, if I'm being honest. I could never do this. Serve is over, and Abby Thielander has to readjust. They do just get this one over. Tap back over by Abby Thielander. Nearly back over, but it's back over by Esko, and they're going to get a violation. I think it's going to be a lift call. It is. And Rush City, or a carry, excuse me. I always call it a lift because that's what they're doing with their hands. They're lifting it, but it is a carry call. So they do get the violation. And in goes Antonsen. Out is Anderson. And back to serve is Neeson. Neeson's serve is over. Dug up by Esko. Ray at the middle. Blocked at the net. Out time by Heinz. They'll set it up. And they'll get a late bump over. Neeson is there. Antonsen sets for Ellie Thielander off the block. Hit back over. Nearly gets down by Heinz. And now this one back. Neeson on the back line with the dig. Zeltinger pushes it back into play. Ellie Thielander, into the net. It's okay. Had it, and the way the spot she was going with it, if it stayed in, it was probably a kill, but just into the net, sadly. And here's the serve from Esko, dug up by, that is Ellie Thielander, Abby Thielander. Let's go a ways back, and somehow gets dug up by Esko. They'll hit it long. 21-16. And now Ellie Thielander will serve. Here's the serve. It's dug up right in the middle of the court on this near side. And I don't know. They're going to say it's in on that corner. It was close. And maybe it's the bias talking, but I thought it was out. But again, that could be the bias speaking. Maybe it was in more than I thought. But again, it's hard to keep up out there, man. And I'm elevated, which I appreciate being up on this walking track, by the way. Hermantown has tables set up here just for media, so I appreciate that. But it does put me at a disadvantage to see a lot closer. But I'm certainly not complaining. I'm just letting you know why I didn't get a better look at it. Meanwhile, Esko has it set up on the near side, just past Zeltinger. Or, excuse me, that's Neeson. It's going to be 21-18. And Abby Thielander just trying to keep her teammates uplifted and keep their heads high. That serve is over. Neeson with the dig. Antonsen sets. Heinz pushes it over. Near the net, they'll set it up and have to readjust. Not enough on that one, and it's into the net. So 22-18. Wiener back in for Zeltinger, and Heinz will serve. And Heinz serve is over on that far sideline. It is dug up. They'll push back to the near side. That's kind of been where they want to go. Heinz with the diving dig. Abby Thielander through the block gets the kill. It's going to be a battle through and through, like I mentioned, but Tigers just have to keep their wits about them. Hines with the serve. Just does get it over for an ace! Set point now for the Tigers. Kendra Hines with the ace. Great spot for that ball. And now the Tigers have set point. The serve. Just long. It was just long, and I mean just, probably by about a foot. That was the correct spot for it. That was perfect spot for it, but just long. Man, oh man. Serve from Esko. It's over, dug up by Neeson. Antonsen will set for Abby Thielander. Oh, man. Good dig on the back line. They'll set up near side. Gets through Neeson with the dig. Wiener sets. Thielander has to adjust. Nearly got down. They'll set it up again. Pushed over. Zeltinger with the dig. Wiener sets, and Abby Thielander bumps it over. Push back over, and, man, down. Yeah, that happens. I mean, they just got caught behind the play, and unfortunately, Esko wasn't. They were ready and just set up for it. So, great effort by Rush City to try and get that one, but, I mean, they were just behind the play a little bit, so that's unfortunate. 24-20, serve is over. Abby Thielander is there. They'll set it up again for Abby off the block at the net, and they'll set it up again near side. That's out! That is out, and that's it! We're going to a fifth! 25-20. We're headed to a fifth and final set. The Tigers got the win. Here we go. One more set, and the Tigers need to win it to get back to the state tournament. We'll be back after a Holmes Auto Body and Glass set break here on WCMP.
The mushroom melt is back at A&W. How does this sound? Sautéed seasoned mushrooms and onions with melted Swiss cheese on your choice of a juicy burger or grilled chicken. Then add golden French fries and a medium soft drink. It's the mushroom melt and fries combo at A&W. Now, top it off with a classic A&W root beer float featuring vanilla soft serve and made fresh root beer, all in a frosty mug. Or how about the A&W root beer freeze? Signature combos and delicious treats always at your local A&W restaurant in Pine City.
Honeymoon, here we come. Where's our car?
It's been stolen.
We'll call our insurance agent. I'm right here.
Oh, hey, Jen. You got our invite.
Love the dress.
Are we covered for this?
Of course. That's why you chose auto owners. We work together to get the right coverage. So when the unexpected happens, you know you're covered.
That's simple human sense.
Your local auto owner's agent is Pine Insurance Agency. Visit them at pineagency.us today. pineagency.us.
Mille Lacs Health System has been standing in partnership with their patients for over 65 years. Their mission is to assist those residing in and visiting the Mille Lacs area in achieving and maintaining optimal health. Mille Lacs Health System providing urgent care and emergency services on their main campus in Onamia and family medical care in Onamia, Isle, Hillman, and Garrison. They salute the youth in the communities they serve and wish them good health and good luck.
Hey there, Brad from Lee's Pro Shop here. Are you ready to show off that school pride? Lee's Pro Shop is your official letter jacket supplier, and we're here to help you celebrate every touchdown, goal, and win. We got everything you need to create a perfect letter jacket that tells your story. And for a limited time, when you come in and mention this radio ad, you get $10 off your letter jacket. That's right, $10 off. So come in, let's start to tell your story. Lee's Pro Shop, where the passion for sports begins.
Pizza Pub in Pine City has a pizza and salad buffet on Fridays.
Not the right vibe. Trav and the gang at Pizza Pub are a little hipper. Here we go. Take two.
Start off your weekend right with the Friday Pizza Buffet at Pizza Pub. From 11 to 1, pile your plate high with all-you-can-eat pizza for just $12, or upgrade to pizza and salad buffet for only $16. And they're now open Friday and Saturday 11 to 11 and Sunday 11 to 9. Pizza Pub, serving fresh pizza every day of the week. Come stop in.
Pizza Pub of Pine City.
Back here on WCMP, fifth and final set. We're tied at 2 apiece. It all comes down to this. The first to 15 and win by 2. It all comes down to this. Grace Orthodontics scoreboard, 2-2. Your customized smile journey starts with a free consultation. They'll do all the insurance heavy lifting for you. And if you don't have insurance, ask about financing options. They'll find a plan to fit your budget at embracemn.com. This is it for state. This is it for the trip to state. And if you've listened to me at all throughout the season, I've said it. But every point now in the 5th set carries that much more weight. Serve is dug up by Abby Thielander. Antonsen has to just get it over. Good job. And now, Neeson trying to make a play. It goes out of bounds. I don't know if that one, again, would have been long. I think it might have, where she landed. Now, it would have been close. It may have been in. But I think, I don't know. It's too close. Another serve here from Esko. It's over. Dug up by Abby Thielander. Antonsen sets, and Ellie Thielander has to get it back over. Now it's back over the net. Abby Thielander. It's out. Woo-hoo-hoo. Somehow Esko kept it alive after the Thielander block. And it went out of bounds after the 3rd hit. Antonsen out, Anderson in. Serve here by Anderson. It's dug up, pushed to that far side, and now on the far side, they'll get, just through the block. Getting there a little bit late was the Tigers. They just got up a little bit late on that block attempt, and that's why that one was able to go through. So that one just a little bit late. The serve here for Esko. It's over, dug up by Abby Thielander. Anderson will set, and Abby Thielander gets it through the block initially, but it's kept alive by Esko. They'll hit it back into a block, back over. Abby Thielander back over again. Ellie they're looking for a double hit here, and they get the kill anyways. Well, they don't need the call, they'll get the kill. And was that Paige Wiener who got it, or who was that got the kill? I'm not quite sure. I think it was Paige Wiener, though. Now Abby Thielander to serve. It's over. 2 different Esko players go after it. They keep it alive on the far side. They'll look for the kill. Oh, Zeltinger was there. Just not a clean dig. They'll go back to serve. It'll be Emma Adkins. Serve is over. Dug up by Zeltinger. To Anderson, to Ellie Thielander, who hits it over. Dug up by Esko, now on the near side, through the block. Well, that's okay. It's only 4-2. There's still plenty of time. Served by Esko. Gets over. Abby Thielander there with the dig. Anderson sets, and Ellie Thielander hits it back over. Dug up and blocked at the net by Rush City, but still kept alive by Esko. Push back over. Zeltinger there. On the far side, Ellie Thielander looks for the kill, but dug up again. They'll set up on the far side now. Out on this near side. Whew. Makes it 4-3. And Heinz in for Wiener, and back to serve is Zeltinger. And the serve. Another good serve right at the middle of the net. Blocked at the net! Kendra Heinz with the block! And that'll tie it up at 4. Needed that one. Zeltinger with the serve. Line drive serve. Just did. Ooh, late dig. And they'll hit it over. Zeltinger there with the dig. Anderson, and push back over by Neeson. Now Esko will have it. They'll push it to this near side for Bailey. Blocked at the net! This time it's Neeson. Zeltinger serve. It's dug up, and in that far side area, it is over. And we're going to get a violation on Esko. Timeout called by Esko. 30 seconds and we're back.
Here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch in North Branch, the area's premier indoor batting cages and training facility. Coaches, when you need space that's air conditioned or heating with enough room to get in some team training, book Here's the Pitch. Fixing swings, catchers using the state-of-the-art machines, breaking in bats, whatever the team needs to dominate next season. Let Here's the Pitch elevate their game. Here's the Pitch in the North Branch Outlet Mall.
Back here on WCMP Anthem Country. The timeout called there by Esko. 6-4, Tigers lead in the 5th set, by the way. Both teams back out on the court after the timeout. Zeltinger with the serve. It's over. Dug up in the middle. Now on the far side, pushed back over. It's in. Zeltinger just couldn't race to it in time. And, you know, I know it's harder on the court, but I don't wonder if when they run up on it like that, if it looks the same down there as it does to me up here, because I could tell where that one was going. But I've got to imagine it looks so much different when it's on the court. Dug up by Abby Thielander off the Esko serve, and they'll set it up for Ellie Thielander. Off a block, dug up on the back line. And on this near side, looking for the kill. Off a block, Ellie Thielander there. Anderson sets, and Neeson will send it back across. Dug up by Esko right at the middle of the net. Zeltinger with the dig. Neeson, and oh, that does, well, it winds up getting over, so it works. But two different Tigers go after it. Now looking for the kill. Off a block, dug up. What? And a call here on Rush City. I'm not sure of what the call was, but a violation of some sorts. Did they get maybe a carry? That's the only thing I can think of, maybe possibly that Ellie Thielander would have had. Oh, ace is going to be in. Well, it would have to be in for it to be an ace. So serve is in for an ace. Abby Thielander tried to get out of the way, thinking it was going to go long, but just got enough. Another serve. And dug up by Neeson. Anderson will set Abby Thielander from about 6 feet away. Dug up on the far side. They'll set it up and back over. Ellie Thielander with the dig. Anderson and Neeson will hit it back across. Dug up there by Esko on the near side. They'll set it up again. Off a block. Dug up by Abby Thielander. Anderson will set for Ellie Thielander. Off a block. Dug up again by Anderson. Abby Thielander will set. Here's Ellie Thielander. Gets it over the block this time. And they'll hit it and nobody home. Well, that's just a good play by Esko, and Rush City didn't get a block, and then they needed one desperately there. There was nobody home on this near side for Rush City, and that's where the hit went. It's not their fault. The play was over there, so. Serve is over, dug up by Abby Thielander. Anderson will set, and Neeson will get it back over. Dug up on the back line, now to the front, and it got through the block. Couldn't quite tell. And now 9-6, and the Tigers call a timeout. Yeah, with you only have to get to 15 and win by 2. So timeout there by Rush City. We'll keep it here during this timeout. Good usage of a timeout there by the Tigers, in my opinion. But the Esko went on a run. Hey, what was it? Let's see, if I remember correctly, a 5-point run. 5-0 run. So the Tigers now trail by 3. They need to go on a similar run themselves. So the Tigers back out onto the court. They've got their adjustments. They know what they need to do. Still plenty of time. Again, it's bad to call it plenty of time, but even though, because these sets aren't timed, but it's weird to say there's still plenty of points to me. That doesn't make sense in my mind, so I say plenty of time. Esko will serve. The serve is over, dug up by T-Lander. That's Abby. Anderson to Ellie T-Lander. Oh, a diving dig. We'll keep it alive. Pushed over. Again, nobody home. They just get, right now, the Tigers just get too worried about the front of the net that they have nobody home, and Esko's just simply capitalizing. So we'll see what the adjustment is here. Another serve for Esko. And Zeltinger just did get out of the way. I mean, barely, but hey, she got out of the way. That's what matters. And I think her team was just telling her, hey, next time just run away. Run away. And as Antonsen out comes Anderson and Neeson back to serve. They need a little bit of a run here, do the Tigers. The serve just does get over and push back down. Dug up by, Zeltinger. I think Ellie was thinking it was going to go off the net a little bit harder, and it didn't. Well, getting late into this one, and the Tigers need the run. Serve is over, dug up by Neeson. Antonsen will set, and Neeson will have to push this one back over. And they'll hit it across, dug up by Neeson on the back line. Antonsen, Ellie T-Lander looks for the kill, but it's dug up on the back line. They'll push it again to this near side. Hit over, Zeltinger sends it backwards. Timeout. No, they're gonna play through it. They will not call the timeout. Down by 5. Tigers down by 5. Serve is over, dug up by Ellie T-Lander. Antonsen sets. Abby T-Lander looks for the kill. That is in. Needed that. Back to serve now is Ellie T-Lander. Like I said, the Tigers need to go on a little bit of a run here. And it's just, it's every point is so almost desperate in the 5th. Again, set up perfectly and just nobody home for Rush City. And Rush will use a timeout. Be back after 30 seconds on WCMP.
CF Moto gives you everything you're looking for in off-road side-by-sides and utility by-sides. Not only does CF Moto offer comfort, but refined performance, and is found at Caswell Cycle and Mora. For those craving big adventures for off-road, CF Moto can help you get out on that next adventure with CF Moto Power Sports. Experience more together. The best place to purchase CF Moto off-road side-by-sides is Caswell Cycle. The fun starts here. Caswell Cycle, Mora. Motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides can be dangerous to operate. Review all product manuals, labels, and safety information before operating. Always wear your safety gear and never operate a CF Moto vehicle under the influence of alcohol or drugs. Visit CFMotoUSA.com for complete training and safety guidelines.
So back here on WCMP, Tigers trail by 5 once again in this 5th set, 13-8. Still time to come back. Again, the next point they get must be a run. I mean, it just plain and simple. They have to go on a run to get back into this one. Esko will serve. Not quite sure what's happening. The ref's kind of having a little bit of a conversation. Meanwhile, the serve is out, so 13-9. And not quite sure what that was about, but anyways, Zeltinger out. Looks like Heinz is in. No, excuse me, it's Paige Wiener who checks in. I apologize. Heinz is already out there. Serve by Heinz is going to be dug up and hit back over. Dug up by Heinz. Antonsen sets for Abby T-Lander, who has to get it over. That's a double hit. That's 2 hits. That's 2 hits! That's, oh my goodness. Well, Paige Wiener says so. They had 4 hits. It was hit twice by the same person. Well, they didn't see it that way. And maybe I'm an idiot, too. I could just be an idiot. 13-10. Serve is over. Dug up and pushed backwards. Now they'll set it up and they'll bump it over. Yes. Dug up by Wiener Antonsen. Now Page. That is Abby Thielander with the kill. Timeout by Esko. Esko says we want to stop the run, but the Tigers say, hey, go ahead, give us more time to talk it over. 13-11. Again, you have to win by 2, so for the Tigers, they need 4 in a row. Need 4 in a row if you're the Tigers. The Esko with the most recent timeout. Tigers, again, trying to go on a little bit of a run. Need to continue this run here. Need 4 to win. Heinz will serve for Rush City. Goes to that far side. Dug up by Esko. They'll hit it. Dug up by Neeson to the front of the net. Wiener and Thielander with the kill. Abby Thielander. Good awareness to hit that one. Perfect spot. Great hit. Heinz with the serve to the back line. Dug up. They'll push it to the front of the net. Dug up by Neeson. Kept alive by Antonsen. And pushed back over by Heinz. Well, they keep it alive. Now on the near side again. Just tapped over. Dug up by Heinz. And Wiener will push it back over. Push back over. Out! It's tied! Great job by the Tigers. They force a mistake. Oh, man. I don't know about y'all at home. My blood pressure can't handle this. And I don't even have bad blood pressure. Oh, that's the mistake you couldn't have. Oh, they don't have a timeout. I guess the Tigers don't have a timeout. I was going to say, I'd almost be okay with a Tiger timeout after that point just to kind of compose my team. But it's 14-13 match point. Well, Tigers need one. They have to have it. Serve is over. Dug up by Abby Thielander. Antonsen will set for Thielander. Through the block! It's tied! They needed that! I know I'm blowing your eardrums out at home, and I apologize. Tigers need 2 more. Anderson in for Antonsen. Anderson with the serve. It's over. Dug up, and they'll put it on the far side now. They got a whistle on the Tigers. It's another match point. And everybody is where they're supposed to be for Rush City. That was the worry there for a moment. Serve is over. Dug up by Thielander. Anderson sets. And now back over. Esko looking for the kill. Dug up by Zeltinger. Oh, no! Both the Thielanders look at each other, and neither one of them gets it. Oh. Not how that should have ended. Not at all. And that's going to do it. Oh, my goodness. Oh, man. Absolute heartbreaking for Rush City, the way that ends. And I think Rush may have had enough momentum here in this one, but just a miscommunication, something that has happened way too often in this match for Rush City. Oh, man. Well, that is tough, and that is going to end it for the Tigers. So they will not get back to state this year. They will fall to Esko here in the section championship. 16-14 in the fifth and 3-2 all together. Just an absolute gut-wrenching loss here for the Tigers. Man, that is tough. I don't have the words to describe it, but that is just so tough for Rush City. Well, we're going to take a commercial break, and we'll come back to recap this one here on WCMP.
Kettle River Pizza, the handcrafted pizza made locally in Ascove, Minnesota. Always the highest quality ingredients. Pizza that is consistently great tasting. A true crowd pleaser. 16 varieties to choose from. Enjoy the classics like pepperoni, pepperoni sausage and supreme, to the unique tastes of hot Hawaiian, taco, buffalo chicken, and chicken Alfredo. Pick some up at your local grocer, tavern, or convenience store. Handcrafted Kettle River Pizza. Moms and basketball players approved.
Arrowhead Transit, your community, your ride. Arrowhead Transit is proud to support this station and bring you reliable public transportation in your community. Whether you need to get to work, school, or the doctor's office, our friendly drivers and comfortable buses are here to serve you. We're committed to connecting communities and making transportation accessible for everyone. Arrowhead Transit is your community partner in getting around. Arrowhead Transit is a supporting sponsor of the station and is dedicated to supporting our local communities.
How do you want to be celebrated? A church service? A celebration of life in a chapel? Maybe even cremation with an outdoor gathering. Many of these can be taken care of ahead of time and can be affordable. Metvin Funeral and Cremation Services has the resources and expertise to help you plan ahead. Learn how you can make the decision now that will make things easier for your family in the future. Metvin Funeral Home in Mora, Isle, and Sandstone, or find them online at metvinfuneralhome.com.
Well, it is a tough ending to the season for Rush City as they fall here to Esko 3-2. There are just really no words, unfortunately. They battled back after winning the first set. They lost the next two pretty handedly. Came back in the fourth with a vengeance. And then in this fifth, got off to a really good start. And then it was back and forth. They had match point quite a few times against them. But every time they came back, and man, it was just, it was so, and again, it was something where it felt like, okay, they've got another opportunity. They're going to come back. And that's kind of what they've done all year. Every time they give themselves an opportunity, they're able to capitalize on it. But, man, it was just, again, I don't want to harp on the players because it's hard enough for them right now as it is. But it was a miscommunication between the T-Landers that allowed a ball to fall to the court that, unfortunately shouldn't have. But what an effort here by Rush City, because for all intents and purposes, after the second and third, I think a lot of people might have thought this might be over. Rush City might not be able to come back. But what a great job by the Tigers to come back in that fourth set, regather themselves, and come back and win the fourth, and then battle here in this fifth, and nearly get the victory. I mean, they had momentum here at the end. They had a lot of momentum here at the end, and really, it went into extra, but it just, I felt like the way it was going, we were going to see the Tigers come back, tie it up again, and have a chance to get match point themselves. And I think if they would have gotten match point, it would have been over. It would have been over. But unfortunately, a mistake ends their run. And the Tigers fall to Esko 3-2. What a gut-wrenching loss here for the Tigers. But what a season for them as well. I mean, as much as this one hurts, they return everybody. Every single player on the team comes back next year. There's no seniors. You're going to have 3 seniors next year in Abby T. Lander, Addison Antonson, and Natalie Rude. The rest are going to be juniors, sophomores, and obviously freshmen coming up from the JV. They have got a really good squad. I mean, this entire squad is coming back next year. So there is, I mean, this team will be back. This team is coming right back. They will be right back here next year. There's no doubt in my mind we'll probably see the same section championship as we just did here tonight. There is no doubt in my mind it will be Rush City and Esko, same spot here next year. Let me tell you what, though. It's going to look a lot different because Rush City's going to come back and they're going to have something to prove. Again, no seniors here for Rush City, 3 juniors in Abby T. Lander, Addison Antonson, and Natalie Rude, but just a soul-crushing loss here in this one. Again, after losing the second and third, what a comeback in the fourth to tie it up at 2 apiece, to bring it to a 5th. And I think for a lot of people here, after those 2 sets, a lot of people weren't thinking, this is going to go. No, I don't think a lot of people were, because nothing was going their way. But what an effort by Rush City to get themselves back into this one and make it competitive once again and give themselves a chance. That's what they did, and that's what they've done all year, is just given themselves a chance. And every time they have capitalized on those chances, but tonight just a mistake that leads to the final point being for Esko, and the Tigers fall 3-2. It is just a gut-wrenching loss for the Tigers, and I feel for them so much. I feel so bad for them, the way that one played out, but season comes to a close, and unfortunately for us, our fall sports season has now ended as well. Rush City was our last fall sports team trying to get to state, and again, and it's not that we're counting on them like, yeah, they got to get to state. And that's not it. I want so badly I can't describe to you how badly I want each and every one of our local teams to get to state. If we're up to me, it'd be automatically all of our local teams would get to state. That would be it. I would make it automatic, but I can't do that, and it's up to the players. And what a season for Rush City. They have played their tails off once again this year. They played so hard here tonight and gave everything. They put everything on the line for this game. They will finish the season at 26-5. Another great season, another great finish, but not how they wanted it to end. They finished the season having won 12 in a row up to this point. But unfortunately, again, they just run into Esko, who was a very good team. But I have no doubt in my mind it will be the same section championship next year, Rush City versus Esko, and the seeding might be the same. The seeding might be 1-1, 1-2. It doesn't matter. I 100 full-heartedly believe it will be Rush City Esko back at the section championship next year. So that's going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. I so appreciate you tuning in for all of the fall sports here this year. It is because of you that we get to come out and call these games. If you're not tuning in, if you're not listening, if there's no viewership, I simply put, I get told not to come out to call these games because no one's listening. If there's no one listening, we don't have to go out. But because you give us your loyal listenership, we get to come out and continue to call these games. So I am so appreciative of our loyal listeners. I want to give a huge shout out to all of our fine sponsors as well, whether it's fall, winter, spring, summer sports that they sponsor. We want to give them a huge shout out. It's because of them that we get to come out here, but also because of them that we get to bring you all these games for free. We will never ask for a payment for any game that you tune into. Every game that we broadcast for you is free. So we appreciate our fine sponsors for making that possible. Again, if you want to stay up to date with all things local sports and the latest on local sports, be sure to tune in to the morning show on 100.9 FM with Joshua Miron at 7:45 and 8:45 for all things local sports. We'll talk this game, all the rest of the games in our local listening area, plus regional and national sports. Also, another way you can stay tuned is our website at WCMP Radio. Go to the sports tab, click on broadcast schedule. That will show you all the links that we'll have for the games coming up that week. We won't have anything next week, ladies and gentlemen. There will be nothing coming up next week. The week after then will be winter sports, and that'll be girls hockey. So we will get out there for as many as we can. But now we turn our attention to the winter sports season. Obviously, we didn't want to turn it this early, but great job there by Rush City. Also on our website, coaches and players interviews, articles from games that we've been at. And then also you can stay tuned to our Facebook page at WCMP Radio, our Instagram as well, and then at our X or Twitter at Q Media Sports to keep up with all the latest in local sports, whether it be breaking news, LOI signing, broken records, coaches retiring, coaches being hired, interviews with players and coaches, articles from games that we've been at, all that and much, much more. So be sure to like, follow, subscribe, do whatever you have to do to stay up to date with all things local sports on WCMP. And if you're listening to this one and or watching it on your screen on YouTube, be sure to like, follow, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. That way, anytime this channel goes live with a local sporting event, you will be able to tune in. All you'll have to do is click the notification. It will take you right to the live video. Audio only during the playoffs, but video during the regular season. Once again, congrats to Rush City on a great season. Congrats to them. Congrats to all of our teams who made it to their section championships, and congrats to all of our fall sports teams who had a great year as well. As a fun fall sports season, but now we turn our attention to the winter. And again, be sure to stay tuned for coaches interviews that we'll be having with our local hockey coaches and then basketball coaches as well, some wrestling too. So those will be coming up here in the coming weeks, so be sure to stay tuned for those. Again, the final here in this one, Rush City falls to Esko 3-2, falling in the fifth, 16-14. Again, I thank you for tuning in. Thanks to all of our fine sponsors who sponsor this and every other broadcast, allowing us to broadcast for free. And again, congrats to Rush City on a great season. 26-5 is the final record. Runners-up in Section 7AA. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it. I so appreciate you tuning in. Remember, be kind to everyone. You never know what someone is going through. Your kindness could really make their day. It costs nothing. Remember, it costs nothing to be free. It takes so very little to make someone's day. For WCMP, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Thanks so much for tuning in. Have a great rest of your night and a great rest of your weekend.
Hi, I'm Samantha.
I'm Ebony.
I'm Megan.
And I'm Alicia.
Together, we're dapper and divine. Whether you're looking for bold color,
fresh cuts, or laid-back vibes, we're all about hair that feels like you. At Dapper and Divine, we want you to leave our salon feeling confident,
fun, and effortlessly gorgeous.
There's always room for you at Dapper and Divine. How would you like to get a brow wax for free? Mention this ad with Annie Coloring, free brow wax all month. Dapper and Divine, on the corner of Main Street, Pine City, across from the Bottle Shop. That concludes our broadcast from WCMP Sports, a Q Media Group radio station, and brought to you in part by local advertisers. For high school sports schedules, scores, and interviews, visit WCMPradio.com. Catch more local live action all season long, right here on this local radio station. Also available via the WCMP mobile app, available for free download in the App Store, and multiple Q Media Group YouTube streams. Thank you for joining us. Now back to regularly scheduled programming. WCMP is 100.9 FM, 106.5 FM, and 1350 AM. Licensed out of Pine City.